is unbeaten with 1 draw in his record, 20 wins, no losses, 1 draw. Dubois has 22 wins on his record with 3 defeats.
talkSPORT Sports Update with Trusted Trader. Find top-notch tradespeople in your area, all who pass the Trusted Trader 15-point assessment.
talkSPORT.
Good afternoon with your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs. The master of the Europa League, Unai Emery, has steered Villa to their first European final for 44 years. But will he still be at the club next season?
It's frustrating. Aston Villa would have loved to have brought Semenyo, brought Gahey in January, strengthened like other clubs can, but they can't. And maybe it will be the same this summer. But if he wins the Europa League with Aston Villa, Champions League football next season, I don't see him leaving.
Gabby Agbonlahor seems confident there. Villa face Freiburg in the final in Istanbul, live on talkSPORT May 20th, a week after. Also live on talkSPORT, Crystal Palace take on Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final. It will come 3 days after the final day clash with Arsenal in the Premier League. Oliver Glasner says any squad rotation from him will not define the title race.
It would be nonsense, yeah. It's just the last game, but there were 37 games played before. Yeah. So that means if another team on match day 25 rotated against City or Arsenal, they affected the title race as well.
No Jurriën Timber or Mikel Merino available for Arsenal against West Ham on Sunday, but Jordan Henderson is fit to face Man City tomorrow for Brentford. Elsewhere, Bournemouth have opened an investigation after apparent posts involving Alex Jimenez was shared on social media. They allegedly show him exchanging inappropriate messages with an underage girl. The club says they understand the seriousness of the matter and have suspended Jimenez while the investigation takes place. And Hull are at home to Millwall this evening in the first leg of their Championship playoff semi-final. The hosts took the final spot in the top 6 on the last day of the season, finishing the regular campaign 10 points behind Millwall. Live coverage of that one comes straight after Drive.
talkSPORT News.
Labour's local election results go from bad to worse as the party takes significant hits in Scotland and in Craig Bellamy's Wales, and a man denied using threatening behaviour towards Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Amelia's back at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Spring forwards with Bridgestone Turanza all-season 6 tyres with a 25,000 mileage guarantee. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Evening showers fading, leaving clear spells for many. Rain may persist in the far north of northern England, though.
Hello, good afternoon. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to Drive with me, Andy Goldstein, alongside the suited and booted. He looks dapper today. It's Andy Townsend.
How are you, my friend?
Weathered quite so well.
I'm good, but how are you? You all right? You look lovely.
Very good, thank you.
We'll find out why in just a moment. By Jingo, we've got a show for you today. We'll look back on a brilliant night for Aston Villa and Palace as they join Arsenal as the sides representing English sides in the European final. And off the back of that, we'll be asking whether Nottingham Forest owner Mr. Marinakis regrets swapping the Conference League for the Europa League. Great question. UFC fighter turned boxer Darren Till will be on today's show, and we'll be asking Spurs fans whether they'll be cheering on Arsenal this weekend. Ugh. And on top of that, we'll ask if Southampton have found guilty of spying on Middlesbrough. We'll discuss whether or not they should be kicked out of the playoffs. What's all that about? On top of that, it's a busy show. We're building up to a big old weekend of Premier League action, and we'll look ahead to tonight's playoff semi-finals between Hull and Millwall. This is Drive. You can get involved. 03717 223344 is the magic number. Dial that. You can tell your mates you spoke to the 2 Andys on Drive Time. Yeah, good afternoon. And I have to say that Andy Townsend turned up today looking either that he was going for a job interview after the show or before the show he'd been to court.
Right. Well, yes, could be one of the two, actually. But
you look very dapper.
Well, I just thought I'd scrub up for you. I haven't seen you for a bit. And
you look good,
got to
mate.
get on the old train and come down and look reasonably presentable.
You had a haircut?
I've had a haircut, yeah, not too long ago. my hair still gets very thick very quickly.
You got
like
good
yours.
hair. You got good hair.
I still, yeah. I'm funny enough. I was actually looking at some pictures of my old man, God rest him, the other day, and I was trying to work out actually when his barnet started to go. And
So he's passed away, your old man.
My dad's gone.
How old was he when he passed away?
89.
Okay.
During COVID, he went. But God bless him. But I've looked at some pictures, and I think he still had a very reasonable head of hair at low 70s.
Okay.
So I'll settle for that.
That's good. So my dad, sadly, also passed away. I'm not playing dad pass away top trumps, right? But my dad sadly passed away. I think he was about 79 when he died. Had an unbelievable head of hair, as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
And was 40% grey.
Right.
So obviously it comes from our fathers, right?
There you go.
You've got great. I mean, you look like I should look in about 50 years.
Well, thank you for that.
In a complimentary way, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're very similar looking, actually. Glasses, great thick hair, beards.
Yeah, well, that's true. Very true.
Both called Andy.
Both called Andy.
Weird.
Yes.
It's like looking in a parallel universe.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. Now then, what are we talking about?
We've got lots to talk about. A bit like, I mean, football never ends, right? So a bit later on, we're talking about the playoffs tonight, live on talkSPORT. So we'll do that. We'll also talk boxing. I know you're looking forward to the
I am
fight
looking
this
forward
weekend.
to it.
So difficult to call
Because
this
they
one.
both bang a bit, don't they? These two, they both can really just spark people out for fun. So, and it's funny. We're going to talk about it later. But I was listening to the guys the other day talking about the fight and the tactics. If you just are very good at walking out there and knocking someone
throwing
out.
haymakers.
Exactly. What is the?
You heard
what's the
Spencer Oliver
tactic
talk
apart
about
from that? I did.
Well, he's on today's show, so you can ask him.
Ask him.
We're also in the middle hour, the big hour, talking about West Ham and Arsenal. Will Spurs fans be cheering on Arsenal? And you've got an unbelievable question.
Well,
you can put that out there now if you want.
I just thought, listen, and it's an if, right? If Declan Rice back at the London Stadium on Sunday, and I'm going to be there, I'm looking forward to the game. If he scores the winner, right? Because fans get very hung up and they go mad about ex-players celebrating.
Yep.
Declan scores the winner for Arsenal. Surely he goes ballistic.
He has to celebrate, right?
Got to celebrate.
West Ham fans can't have a problem with that.
And I wouldn't have thought West Ham fans now. There's a lot of waters passed under the bridge. He's gone. I don't think the West Ham fans would have an issue with that. But I bet you somewhere there are some that would. And I don't. And more importantly, I think not so much from a fan's point of view, but the player, Declan, owes that to those Arsenal fans to give it large if he does score the winner.
Well, we'll talk about that from 5. I think that's a great point you make. But we're going to start, as you'd imagine, with last night's football. It wasn't a good night for Nottingham Forest last night. So, should Marinakis regret taking Crystal Palace's place in the Europa League?
It's McGinn again! Any lingering doubt has been erased. John McGinn, 2 in 3 minutes. They are in the Europa League final.
The supporters were here creating this atmosphere, and then was focus and play and play and play, and they play like they are.
The full-time whistle blows. Oliver Glasner has led Crystal Palace to their first ever European final.
Yeah, big old night. Aston Villa, they're into the Europa League final after a huge 4-0 win at home to Nottingham Forest last night. Meanwhile, Palace, they'll play in the Conference League final after beating Shakhtar 5-2 on aggregate. Palace were, of course, demoted to the Conference League at the start of the season due to issues around their multi-club ownership, with Forest taking their place. The Forest gaffer, Vitor Pereira, spoke to the media after last night's game. He said his team suffered from having to play against Chelsea on Monday.
In the end, I think I'm proud of my team, of my players, proud of our supporters. But today we came here without the conditions to compete in for the final. Difficult conditions for us. Last one day to recover, and makes the difference, a big difference. And they try everything, but we didn't have the solution.
We'll start with that game last night. We'll start with Villa, actually. You were there for talkSPORT. How good was that atmosphere?
Off the charts last night. It was. I knew Villa Park last night and was going to be jumping. I knew it was going to be like a proper noise in there last night. I've witnessed it a few times in the last few years when they play PSG, when they play Bayern in the Champions League, and it is definitely one of those stadiums, Villa, and I've been very lucky to have experienced it a few times myself, that on certain nights it just takes on a completely different sort of vibe, really, and it just goes off the charts. Last night was exactly that. From the minute I think any fan got in there, like 10, 15 minutes before kickoff, you could sense, and I think the atmosphere was one of excitement. There was some apprehension for Villa fans because of the way they played against Spurs, and the being one down from the first leg. So there was a little bit of that going on as well. But it was, and absolutely so memorable and so incredible. My ears were literally ringing when you come out. It's like going to a rock concert last night. Afterwards, you could hardly hear yourself.
I got that impression on TV, right, and from listening, of course, on talkSPORT. Before the game, we were talking about it. I thought Forest had a good chance of going through. They were miles off it. Why? Why do you think they were so far off it? We heard from the manager there talking about maybe too much football.
Yeah. I mean, it is without doubt, without question, that losing Morgan Gibbs-White was so huge for them. He gives them so much. And they actually started the game. The first, 5 to 10 minutes, they had plenty of the ball. They looked all right. They created a couple of situations, a couple of crosses whipped across the 6-yard box that no one ever really got on the end of, that Villa had to hook away here and there. They actually had one or two moments very early where they looked like that they were right up for it. But then as that half wore on, they started to make mistakes, give the ball away. And I think against a team like Villa, with Rodgers, with Buendia, obviously Ollie Watkins will always chase and worry and hassle people. That's what he does really well. John McGinn, brilliant as well. And I think as the half wore on, Villa got stronger. And then once they got one in front, and obviously the second half started, they got the pen. And then after that, it was a question of whether they were going to get another one, and they ended up getting 4, and they were full value for it. Amazing night for Villa. Brilliant. Congratulations to all the Villa boys, because they've been there or thereabouts now for a few seasons.
Yeah. And they've got a manager who knows exactly how to win that competition as well.
Someone in charge that knows what it's all about.
A quick word about Forest and the owner, Marinakis. Do you think he regrets making Palace drop into the Conference League?
I don't think that man regrets anything in his life. I don't think he does regret. I think he just makes calls, he makes decisions, he runs with it, he flies with it. If it works, it works. If it don't, he gets rid of that and he'll make another decision the next day. I don't think he does regret. And listen, Palace have had, I beg your pardon, Forest have had a good run in the Europa League, a very, very good run. Would they have been better served in the conference or whatever? Look, who knows? But I don't think that man has any regrets. And the managers, I know that when any club has, is it 4 they've had?
4, yeah.
Any club has 4 managers in a season, but every one of those managers, you know what you're walking into.
Let me ask you this, right? That it's been a little bit bonkers being a Forest fan, right? The 4 they've had: Nuno, Big Ange, Deitch, and Vitor Pereira.
Yeah.
Last season had a great season under Nuno, right? Yep. Then he got sacked.
Correct.
If you look back, if you pause the season now, we've only got a couple of weeks anyway till it finishes.
Yes.
Have Nottingham Forest had a good season or a terrible season?
No, I don't think they've had a terrible season. I really don't.
Good season?
Good. Listen, they've had an eventful one, and I think fans like an eventful season. They like something to get them up for a game now and again. They've had this run in the Europa League, getting right to a semi-final, so they're not.
What about the league form?
Rumble about that.
League form has been terrible.
The league form has been, and again, if you keep chop and changing, if you chop and change managers, then look, I think rarely, if you go down that road where you've had 4 in one season, then you are asking for a bit of trouble and a bit of bother. But as I mentioned earlier, all of those managers that have had the job there this season, they know what that guy's all about. They know the way he works. You can't take anything for granted. You're here today, you are literally gone tomorrow. And that's just the way he is. As I said, I don't think the man does regret. He just is one of those guys that pushes a button and just runs with it. And if it works, it works. If it don't, he'll push it again.
A quick word about Palace. They won, of course, the FA Cup last season. They won the Community Shield. They're into a European final. I was going to say another European final, but another final. How big an achievement will that be for them and Glasner if they go on and win the conference?
Well, look, again, I think for Palace, it's on the back of not too long ago, an FA Cup success. If they were to go and win this one now, and they've got Rayo Vallecano in the final, every chance of winning that game. If they go and do that, then I think they'll be delighted with what's happening to their club and being amongst being amongst the trophies and whether they, whether they are able to kick on if they did win it this year, the Europa Conference, whether they can really move forward from that. I think it's very much up for debate. I mean, is Glasner, is he definitely going, and?
Apparently so, yeah.
If they win it,
I mean, I don't know. They literally have to offer him everything, right, to stay. And there was a moment not too long ago where the Palace fans weren't having him anymore. When he came out and said, "I'm done," it was like, right, out you go.
Yeah.
They were booing him. Do you remember that? They went through a little bit of a lean spell.
Yeah, and I was at the Macclesfield game when they got done by them in the cup, and I think that was just around the time that he had pretty much come to the conclusion that he was moving on. So listen, we'll see. Football, anything can happen in football. We know it chops and changes, and what's set in stone today, tomorrow morning is completely different. So we'll see. But they've again, Palace, I think, for them to be winning a European trophy, albeit it's the baby one to win out of all of them, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No.
They're in there in the thick of it, and good luck to them.
Good luck indeed. Right, we're going to take your calls. We'll ask the question, should Marinakis regret taking Crystal Palace's place in the Europa League? Forest fans, have you had a good season? 03717223344. And Palace fans, would you do everything to keep Oliver Glasner? It looks like you can't, but I'm just curious now. I'm guessing every single one of you would love to see him in the dugout next season. A reminder as well, don't forget we are bringing you all 3 European Cup finals, including Aston Villa against Freiburg in the Europa League final in Istanbul, where Adrian Durham will be joined by Jim Proudfoot, Gabby Abonhor, Ali McCoy, and you. Did you know you're going?
Yes.
Okay, good. And Andy Townsend. What a lineup. Get your calls in now. We're talking all things Palace and Forest. 03717 223344. And of course, if you want to talk Villa, you can as well.
Real Madrid striker Kylian Mbappe, who has faced criticism from his own fans after taking a trip to Italy on a mega yacht with his partner. He's recovering from a hamstring injury he suffered on April the 24th and was given some days off last week. He arrived back in Madrid on Sunday, shortly before kick-off, when Madrid played away against Espanyol. Many fans thought Mbappe should not have taken a break and should have stuck with the team, going through a difficult time at this particular time. Alvaro Arbeloa said, well, in their free time, each player does what they see fit, and I don't get involved with that. Mbappe's representative said part of the criticism was based on an over-interpretation of elements related to a recovery period, strictly supervised by the club, without reflecting the reality of Kylian's commitment and the work that he puts in every day for the team. So that was Mbappe and Real Madrid. But then there's Liverpool. What was going on with them? Danny's old club. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk had to defend some of his teammates who were criticised for being abroad last week on a day off as they headed into the Manchester United game, a game they ultimately lost by 3-2. It was put to Van Dijk that some of his teammates had gone on holiday last week. He says, I'm not sure it was a holiday, it was a city trip. But I think if you're one day off and you don't have many days off, then you decide what you want to do with your family. We're not kids. Everyone's an adult. I wish we had a couple more days off at times because I think it works both ways.
welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Bit Noel Gallagher. You like High Flying Birds, Andy Townsend?
I do. I absolutely love.
Did you go and see them?
Noel's stuff. I didn't go and see Oasis this time. I didn't. I couldn't get a ticket because you had them every night. How many times did you go? If I'd have rung, older than you said you could. If I'd have rung you and said, "Well, and could I have your tickets because you've seen them 4 times out of 6 days?"
No.
Would you have said, "Yeah, of course"?
No, but here's the thing: if you'd have mentioned it while you're on air, Noel listens to all of talkSPORT, and so I was with Stuart Pearce leading up to it. And Stuart mentioned it.
Stuart's
and then
an ex-City man. Maybe that's...
No, and then I got a text from Noel whilst he was listening going, tell Stuart I'll sort him out. So if you would have mentioned it, Noel would have looked after you.
Well, there you go. No, but I mean, look, I have seen Oasis back in the day, and I love their music, and I love a lot of what Noel does, a lot of his own music. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
He's in the studio recording. No, he's in the studio writing, he told us.
Writing now?
On air. That, by the way, it's not an exclusive. He told us that on air.
Okay.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I look forward to... I look forward... Are you going to see anyone this summer or not?
No.
Okay.
Are you?
Well, no, because we've got the World Cup, haven't we?
You going out there?
I'm going out there, yes.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you. Are you going out?
Yeah, we're going out. We're going out second part of the World Cup, drive time.
Very good. Very good.
excited.
I'll see you there.
Did I see you last when we went to New York for the draw? Were you there?
No.
You weren't there? Okay.
I wasn't there. You didn't get me any tickets for that either.
This time, I promise you, I'll get you tickets. This is Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, the superstar. Alongside me is Andy Townsend. We're here in partnership with Giacomo, style and brands for every man. Right, still to come, we'll be asking if Spurs fans will be cheering on Arsenal this weekend. Just quickly, Man City are reportedly interested in signing Vinicius Jr., who has a year left on his deal.
What's going on there, Real Madrid, Andy?
Oh, they all want to go now, don't they? And Mbappe, seen it. How many is it? 33 million, Joe? 38 million Real Madrid fans have signed a petition to get Mbappe out the club.
Unbelievable, that is. Where would he go?
I don't know where he could go.
I mean, he can go where he wants to go.
I know, but in fact, we'll talk about that later because wherever he goes, they seem not to win. Like PSG, it's like you were brought in to win the Champions League. You didn't win it. You left, they won it. You're at Real Madrid. People are having fights. Sorry, slipping over and hitting their head on tables.
Yeah, weird one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I thought that's an excuse used in the prison, isn't it? Yeah, just slipped over, bashed me eye. Supposedly. Don't forget, we're going to bring you all 3 European Cup finals, including Aston Villa against Freiburg in the Euro and the Europa League final in Istanbul, where Adrian Durham will be joined by Jim Proudfoot, Gabriel Bonhart, Ali McCoy and Andy Townsend. Right, let's take your calls. We're talking about Marinakis. Does he regret taking Crystal Palace's place in the Europa League? We'll take calls from Forest fans, etc. From one Andy alongside another to another. Andy's a Palace fan. Hi, Andy.
Yeah, hi Andy. It must be the Andy afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. First of all, I'd also want to thank and congratulate Arsenal and Villa getting to finals. I think it's good that we're all there. So best of luck to them. But on the Glasner thing, I phoned up in January and said at the time I would like Glasner to stay, and I would like, if he has to go, to end on a high. Well, I think, getting to a final, yes, people say it's the run to the litter and all that, but for Palace, it's a cup. And although, we've got demoted to the Conference League, from the Europa. I still would take getting a bit of silverware where we may not have got it with the Europa. Who knows? I think that's the thing that Palace like to have. A bit of silverware, and touch wood that we'll get there in Leipzig on the 27th.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think, Andy, just briefly, in any way that Glasner might stay if you were to win this, and therefore in the Europa League next season? Do you think he might stay?
Yeah, I would love him to stay, Andy. Realistically, his track record seems to be that he doesn't stay at clubs very long. He obviously had a discussion last October with Parish. He made his mind up. Some people at Palace, wanted him out there and then in January. I'm glad he didn't go because, as you say, teams that have changed and chopped their managers, over the season, haven't ended up with a great deal. Whereas if you look at Arsenal, Villa and Palace, we've all had the same manager for the whole season, and we're getting rewards.
Good shout.
So I'm glad that he stayed. I don't honestly think he will continue to stay at Palace, but I wish him very well. And I think, as some people have said, he may go back to Germany. I can't actually see him taking a position in the Premier League. But good luck to him. And I say he's done wonderful for Palace. So we're all very, very grateful.
Thanks, Andy. We're
well
grateful
done,
for your call. 3 Andys. I don't think I've ever seen that before. No. Was that a gaggle of Andys?
Gaggle. But listen. I think for what's good is that if Palace do go and win that, and then whoever the new manager's coming in, they're not coming in on a downer, are they? Not coming in like thinking.
But then high expectations.
I've got to rip it up. Yeah, but I think any manager would much rather walk through the door thinking, right, I've got to live up to what's been going on here over the last couple of years.
What did you make when he said good luck to the other sides? I thought that's weird.
What? Saying good luck to Villa and Arsenal?
Yeah, do you want English sides to do well?
Of course you do. Of course you do. Come on.
No, you don't.
You do.
You don't. It's an easy argument to win. And when I tell you my argument,
so you don't want Arsenal to win the Champions League?
Are you joking?
No, I'm absolutely 100% serious.
What, with Bentley alongside me for next season?
Yeah, but it don't.
I tell you what the honest answer is, right? If Arsenal win the Champions League, they get more money, they can buy better players, they can improve as a club. Why would I want, as a Man United fan, another club to get better?
Yeah, I mean, I take
can't argue with that,
but
right?
that's not the reason why you're saying
Who's your team?
You're saying it because you just don't like Arsenal.
Yeah. I don't like anyone.
I don't know what it is about.
Who's your team?
Well, listen, Villa is absolutely the team. But
do you want Birmingham to win?
Well, it ain't that. Listen, one thing I do know, that ain't going to happen. So I ain't got to worry.
You didn't answer the question. Do you want Birmingham to win the Champions League?
Listen, and that wouldn't. I know you love a hypothetical, ridiculous, never going to happen question.
Do you want them to get promoted?
But that is never going to happen.
Do you want them to get promoted?
Do you know what? Yes, 6, because Villa will get 6 points. 100%.
Okay, I won't argue with that. Right, still to come. We'll be looking ahead to Wardley against Dubois. It's live on talkSPORT and DAZN tomorrow night. Can't wait for that. What a fight! First, so it's time for a bit of no googling. Crystal Palace, only the 3rd English club to reach the final in their first ever season in a major European competition. I hope you understood that. We want to know, can you name the other 2 English sides to reach their final the first time they went in a European competition? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They entered the European competition for the first time. They got to the final. 2 English sides have done it. I think you're alive. You would have been alive. On the cusp. I'm not sure your age.
Is it that long ago?
There. What year were you born?
63.
You were about for both. You're in your nappies, but you're about for both. The answer to that and loads more coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT with the 2 Andys, Goldstein, and more importantly, the superstar that is Townsend.
I'm going to go Friday after work pint, number 5, mate.
Number 5.
There he is. So do you want it? You ready?
Yeah, go on.
In number 5.
Number 5.
Friday after work pint. You've worked hard all week. You know, you want to go there, just have that first pint. You've earned it.
Number 4.
Beer garden pint. This can happen any time of day.
Good pint.
Any time, any day of the week. Yeah. Saturday afternoon, meet the lads. Sunday afternoon.
Good pint.
Right, sun's got to be
Number 3.
Football pint. The football pint's in. You meet your lads, meeting up Saturday afternoon or Sunday, whatever it is. First pint, in you go. Hey, we're going to get a beer again.
Yeah.
Number 2.
The holiday pint. Mr. O'Hara wants that one. Yeah. When you get there, you've done the journey. You've gone through everything you need to do. Passport, security checks, the journey. You get out, you smell, you feel a bit grubby. Don't care. You get on wherever you get to then you get to your destination. Bags get dropped. Sit there. You've earned this pint.
Yeah, it's a good pint.
Good pint.
That's my favourite.
There you go.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Airport. It's the only one, mate. Airport pint. It's the only one. You're there. It doesn't matter what time. Not with lads. No. Doesn't matter who you're with. If you're with me, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3, whatever it is, that's the point.
Do you know what's disappointing in this whole, ranking that we've done?
Have I missed something?
Yeah, well, your missus. There's not one pint that involves your missus. Not one. Where's Hannah in this?
I'm at the airport with her.
No, you're not. You're not at the airport with her. You're with Razor Ruddock.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Hannah's involved in none of these pints.
No, hold on. I'm at the airport with her, definitely. I'm definitely with a holiday pint. I'm definitely with her at football. I'm definitely not.
If John McGinn lifts the Europa League trophy, he'll go down as an Aston Villa immortal. That's according to their former striker and lifelong Villa fan, Stan Collymore.
John McGinn has stepped forward in the very biggest games, Championship playoff finals, big games where they've needed to win, absolute worldie against PSG, nearly got us back in that tie overall. But 2 absolute supreme goals.
Villa faced Freiburg in Istanbul for the Europa League final on May the 20th, live on talkSPORT. A week later, Crystal Palace will face Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final, just 3 days after taking on Arsenal. Could this have consequences for the title race? Ollie Glasner's given his 2 pence worth.
A league title it feels like it's decided on the last day what could happen, but at the end it's the result of 38 match days, and at the end everybody gets what he deserves.
Mikel Arteta has confirmed neither Jurriën Timber nor Mikel Merino will be fit to feature against West Ham on Sunday, but Jordan Henderson will be fit to face Man City tomorrow for Brentford. Ahead of tonight's Championship playoff semi-final, talkSPORT's Tony Cascarino doesn't care if no one likes Millwall. The fans are loving it.
They remind me of the team I played in that we got promoted. You know, the similar characteristics that you spoke about. Dogged, all want to prove a point, never give up, got some flair in there as well, leaders all over the pitch.
Millwall go to Hull live on talkSPORT tonight from 7 p.m. And Thomas Tuchel will name his 26-man World Cup squad on the 22nd of May. That's 2 days before the final game of the Premier League season. Remember, talkSPORT's bringing you live coverage of every World Cup game this summer.
Bit of Prince on a Friday afternoon. We like that. Before the break, ask a question. Crystal Palace are only the third English club to reach final in their first ever season in a major European comp. Can you name the other two? I'll give you a clue. They're both Uniteds.
Leeds United.
No. One was 1964, 1965. Cup winners.
Oh, dear. Newcastle.
No, that's the answer to the other one.
Oh.
Newcastle, 68-69, won the Intercity Fairs Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
64-65, West Ham.
West Ham, did they? Hammers, okay.
Yeah. Wasn't that the year? Didn't West Ham win? West Ham won the Cup Winners' Cup, the FA Cup, and the World Cup. Do you remember that was the thing, right? That was the
Sir
thing.
Jeff.
Right, still to come, we're asking if Spurs fans will be cheering on Arsenal this weekend, but now we can turn our attention to a bit of boxing. Just keep going with Prince, shall we? There's a huge fight, so thank you. Tomorrow night, as Fabio Wardley takes on Dane Dubois live on talkSPORT and DAZN. Let's look ahead to that one now and chat all things boxing as we're joined by UFC legend turned pro boxer and promoter Darren Till joins us. Hello, Darren Till. How are you?
Hi, Darren.
Hello, how are you? You okay?
Well, good, man. Very. Oh, you just got a cup of tea in time. Who's that?
It's a cup of bone broth.
Oh, very nice. Are you all right? You well? You look good, man. Are you everything all right in your world?
Yeah, everything good, mate. Everything great. Yeah, fine, fabulous.
Good.
Just in camp for my next fight. All good.
Good. Well, listen, before we get into the Wardley Dubois fight, actually, it's a big night for you tomorrow night over on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. People can watch live action from your very own guerrilla promotions. Tell us a bit more about that and what people can expect.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a new concept. Obviously, it's not your traditional boxing like the Wardley and stuff like that, but it's exciting and it's dragging a lot of people in, a lot of eyes. It's our third show. We've got obviously a 70 kg prize fighter on the line for 10k up to grabs. I think that's a great concept. 3 fights in one night, and obviously we have the open score round. So each round we know who's ahead on the scorecards, and I think people have really bought into it. We've got Kai Nicholson, who's obviously won the last tournament. He's on it again, so he's looking to get a second title in it. But yeah, it's a great undercard. I think it's just a new concept and it's exciting. You know, we're obviously in a new world order, aren't we? Where there's a lot more influencer fights and stuff like that, and unlicensed. So yeah, that's kind of the industry we're in, and it's gone fantastic, to be honest with you.
And how are you enjoying it in terms of running it and becoming a promoter in a sense? How are you enjoying that, Darren? How tough is that?
I don't really run it, to be honest. I'm just the face of it.
That's good. You're just the one taking a few quid when it comes in. Don't blame me.
I just ask for the money at the end of it. No, but that's why I can't take credit, because my partners behind the scenes, they're the ones that do all the legwork. Obviously, I've just put a name and a face to it, and you know, obviously the big decisions and that come through me as well. But yeah, it's a different thing. Obviously, being a promoter, you have to look at the sport a bit different than when you're a fighter. You know, you can't please everyone and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of promoters know about that. So yeah, it's different on the outside.
You mentioned your next fight, actually. Let's talk about that. You're due to face Aaron Chalmers from, I think, Geordie Shore, right, in a bare-knuckle fight later this month. Tell me a bit more about that. Why him? Are you looking forward to getting into the ring with him?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in the ring with anyone. I know he's had a few fights. I think he was for Floyd Mayweather in exhibition, everything. I know he's fought for a long time, and he's done his he's a reality star and stuff. But I signed with the bare knuckle. They've wanted me for years, and you know, the offer they made me was very hard to refuse. And that was the first guy they put in front of me. I know everyone wants to see me fight Mike Perry, the champion. So obviously that's the scale we're going to look for. But obviously Aaron's me first and my only worry right now in 3 weeks' time. So I'm looking to go out there and put a true beating on him.
I mean, the bare knuckle stuff, Darren, is so brutal. So how do you actually? I mean, you can't spar bare knuckle. I'm sure training for it. You don't do that. So you just literally. I mean, that is about as brutal as it get. And how many rounds are there in those?
It's 5 2-minute rounds, so obviously it's less than the boxing, so I'd say it's less hardware in camp on your body, because you got less rounds and minutes to train for. So I wouldn't say this camp's been easy. I'm in phenomenal shape. I've left no stone unturned, which I never do. But yeah, I myself think it's brutal. I think I'm a bit of a maniac for getting into it, you know. But it's an art in itself. I know it's brutal, and I'm excited to see how it's going to be. I think you can't spar it. No. You've just got to work around it. From the guys I've had in the gym who have all veterans in bare knuckle, you've got to just do your mitts on the bag, a little bit of fists and stuff like that. You're still sparring the 16 ounces, but yeah, I think it's one of them. You get in there with your fists, and you're gonna feel how it goes, aren't you? There's no real way to train for bare knuckle, is there really?
We had Paul Malignaggi on before and after his last bare knuckle fight. I mean, the bruising and the cuts he had around his face, it looked like he'd been in an absolute war. But he said to us that boxing is worse, even though it looks worse after a bare knuckle fight. Boxing can be more dangerous. Would you agree with that?
I fought in the UFC. I fought the highest level of MMA you can fight at.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever tell me that boxing's not the most dangerous fight. I don't like to call it a sport because it's definitely not sport, but let's just to say combat, because from my 20 years in the game, I've been around all the top pro boxers and MMA fighters. That constant 12, like let's just put, for example, Wardley and Dubois tomorrow night. I've heard Dubois, it's like a train. That can't be good for your brain after 12 rounds, 10 rounds, and I'd still campaign and say boxing's the most brutal out of the lot.
It is bizarre. You've very kindly brought us onto that fight, actually. How do you see it going? Because everyone I've spoken to, I think everyone I've spoken to, fancies Fabio Wardley to win. Do you see it as comfortable as that or not?
I mean, Wardley should win because Dubois is not selling the fight at all, is he? I didn't even know they were fighting until about an hour ago till I'm on here with you.
What do you mean he's not selling it? What do you mean by that?
Look, you can't fake it. If you're not that guy to sell a fight like some people do, I'm good at stuff like that and that.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just in interviews, I don't know him as a person, so I don't want to like discredit his person, whatever. But he can't even answer a simple question. It's quite annoying, to be honest. It must be annoying. It must be frustrating for interviews and the promoters. Like, you know, at least give the fight a little oomph. It's a great domestic fight between him and Wardley, two great fighters. He's a great fighter himself too, but it frustrates me a little bit when I'm watching on interviews and he's making it awkward and that. And maybe that's him as a guy. So as I said, I don't want to slander him in that way. But you're a fighter. You've been around the game, surely you know to answer a few simple questions. And that you're working the fight, but I want to see a little bit more. To be honest with you, I'm sorry to say.
Interesting. Most people, as Andy just said, Darren, kind of lots of people are fancying Fabio Wardley. If Dubois is going to persevere, so what's his tactic? How do you think he sees the fight in order for him to come out on top?
I think Wardley's obviously the faster guy and stuff like that. Obviously, Dubois, he does it really hard. So I think maybe in the later rounds, if Dubois is conditioned enough, I think if I'm going to see a victory from Dubois, I think he can take him out in the later rounds. But if I had to put my money, I'd say a points decision for Wardley, mate. That's how I see it. So,
Darren, listen, thanks for coming on. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm just going back to your bare knuckle fight. What's your aim? I mean, after you've beaten and destroyed Aaron Chalmers, as you will in your mind, where do you go? What's top of your tree? Where do you want to go from here?
Do you know what? I've got a 3-fight contract with bare knuckle. I think it's the biggest contract they've ever given to anyone inside the bare knuckle, so I'm happy about that. I'm looking to do 3-4 fights. I want to fight Mike Paddy in Liverpool and take his title as the King of Violence. And then after that, as I said, I've left Misfits. I'm on extremely good with terms with them. I could go back to them. I could re-sign with bare knuckle. Or I would really, really love to try my hand in pro boxing. My manager, who's big in the boxing game, has told me that he doesn't see why I can't do well. He thinks I'm good
Why
enough.
haven't you done that yet? How old are you, Darren?
I'm 33.
Why haven't you done that yet?
Because my whole life was dedicated to MMA, Muay Thai before that, and then obviously I stopped the MMA due to injuries, and then I come into the side of, let's say, influencer with Misfits and stuff boxing. But for 2 years I was in there at Thunder Gym where all of the big pros are, Liam Smith, Josh Taylor, and I really honed my skills, and I really, I've really knuckled down, worked hard, so I don't see why I can't do it now. That's why I haven't done it, but I really believe I can do it, and I'm a good seller as well, so I think I can do it, and I'm young. I've been to the top of the game. I've sold arenas out all over the world, and I'm still fresh. I feel like I'm in my prime years.
Yeah. I'm just stunned. I've seen you box or fight before, and I'm stunned that you haven't turned your hand at pro boxing. But if you're going to do that soon, I wish you all the luck in the world with that. You certainly got the talent to go far in that sport, Darren. Listen, before I let you go, let me just remind everyone it's on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. People can watch live action from your very own Guerrilla Promotions. I'm putting you on the spot. Do you know what time it all starts?
I think the first fight's 3 p.m. I'm not sure.
It's in the art. Just keep looking on the YouTube channel,
As
right?
I said, I'm just a Facebook.
I know you are.
We put on really exciting fights, so everyone should get down and tune in.
Okay, well, it's my fault, not yours. I should have that in front of me. Apologies. But it promises to be a great evening or great afternoon on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. Darren, thanks so much for coming.
Darren.
Real pleasure
Appreciate
as always.
that. Thank you. Peace and love.
Thanks, man.
Do you know, Ant, have you ever put the gloves on and gone 3 minutes just with a punch bag? Have you ever done that?
I have sparred for 3 minutes, yeah.
I'm telling you now, right? Look, when I was playing football, if ever you were injured, every now and again you can't run about. They say, right, get the gloves on, go on, we're going in the gym, and they do 3 minutes where you're just hitting the punch bag and you got to go left, right, and you're just smashing this punch bag as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I swear to God, after a couple of minutes, everything's going.
Your legs go.
Your legs completely go. Arms are hanging off. And you can barely raise your gloves in the end, literally, to hit it. And that's just like 1 3-minute round.
I had one fight, actually, one professional fight, or amateur, and I had to stop because the referee kept stepping on my fingers. That's sad but true, actually. Right, from 5 o'clock, you can get your calls in now if you want. Spurs fans, what a game. I can't wait for West Ham against Arsenal. But all Spurs fans will surely be cheering Arsenal on to win the Premier League.
They've got to.
They've got to, right?
You got to cheer them on, guys. So get all that North London nonsense out your heads.
Get it out.
You've got to cheer them on.
Yes. And would you have a problem if Declan Rice scores the winner, West Ham fans, and celebrates?
And would the Arsenal fans have a problem if he doesn't?
There you go. I mean, so many questions. One number to dial. If you duck my switchboard, it's empty. So if you dial now, you'll be next. 03 717 223344.
You mentioned those Arsenal critics, Martin. Do you think there'll be a fair bit of humble pie dished out at the end of the season?
I don't really care, Jim. As I said, this is the first season since Arteta's been there. I said maybe they can win the league this year. I'll back them to win it. They still haven't done that. And with Pep in the building, and there's lots of speculation. Will he be here? Won't he? Is he not even responding to that to create this extra energy and this drive for his team? Bernardo Silva, who's been an amazing servant for the football club, going as well. So it creates that, that finish, that final hurdle.
But in here many times, Martin, you've bristled a few times, more than a few times, when people have come at you about, no, let's get this right. Arsenal have got to show that they can do it, etc., etc. You've bristled a few times.
No, I bristle at the bottling claim, and I think it's insulting. And I heard Simon use perpetuity, the word forever, and it certainly wasn't around in my day. And if they go on and win the league and the Champions League this year, in fact, I'll take one of those trophies, Jim. I don't think that could be said about this group ever again.
Martin, brilliant. You think it's got a bit too cosy with Danny and Simon? Wednesday morning?
I don't know whether Simon is using the back complaint because he's just not happy that Arsenal are in the Champions League final. I don't know. I can't work it out. Oh, he's woken up. He's woken up.
He is here. He is here. You're not using the back complaint at all, are you?
Unfortunately, my earphones have unplugged, so I haven't had time to Keown's dribble.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Drive and Talk Sport, me Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend, alongside in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Still to come, be asking if Spurs fans will be cheering on Arsenal this weekend. Just quickly, talkSPORT understands Bayern Munich have open talks with Newcastle over a move for Andy Gordon. I don't know how he gets into their... Well, he doesn't get into their...
They don't get into their team. So and the problem is Nicholas Jackson went there thinking, I'm going to Bayern Munich, and has ended up watching everything.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the worry that... I think for Anthony Gordon, as much as it's a privilege to play for a club like Bayern, if you ain't going to play
every week in
career, then I fancy that.
Arsenal players will reportedly earn a bonus of £1.175 million. I'm guessing, is that each, Joe? I'm guessing that's each. It is each if they go on and win the Champions League. What was your biggest ever bonus, Andy?
That's a very good question. Probably.
Do you mind me asking?
No, of course I don't. I mean, not a lot. Maybe 15 grand for winning one of the cups with Villa. Yeah, wow. There you go. You know, but hey, listen, this is the Champions League, but that's an incredible amount of money.
Yeah, but they've got that money anyway, these fellas, haven't they?
Of course they have. So there's probably a pot of money, 25 million quid, that they'll share out pro rata. Yeah. Depending on how many matches you've played and all that sort of stuff. But good luck to them.
Good luck to them indeed. Right, time now for this.
Paddy's Performers on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Reviewing the top ballers, performers and goal scorers from the latest footballing action. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Right, time now for Paddy's Performers in association with Drive's official betting partner Paddy Power. Today we're looking back at a great weekend of football action, all week actually, and nominate the players we think made a difference and were Paddy's Performers. You can go first.
Right, shall I go first? John McGinn. I'm going forward. John, last night, 2 great goals, but he played really well. I mean, Emi Buendia run him very close last night, but John McGinn was absolutely brilliant. His 2 goals were classy finishes, really, really good goals. I think he's a
great player.
He's a great player. He's a lovely lad.
Yeah.
And he's a proper captain.
Times he was linked to Man United over the last, not recently, but maybe 3-4 years ago.
And do you know what? Look, you know, he's been at Villa a long time, and it's not always been easy there. Right now, they've got a great group of players. They're when they're on it, when they're playing at their best, I tell you what, they're a really good side. And so I'm going to go for John for my pick.
I'm going for Kvaratskhelia. He's one of my favourite, if not my favourite player on the planet at the moment. I mean,
so good, isn't he?
He's so quick. He's so clever. He's so fast. He can use both feet. He looks. I mean, I'd hate to be a right back with him coming down the left flank, and then he can flip over to the other side as well. We don't look out of place on the right. I just think he's brilliant, and he's not used as often as you'd think in the league football as well. They bring him out for big Champions League games.
What when you see someone like him, the way he takes people on hand every time he gets the ball. That's why I like Doku and Semenyo for Man City. Every time they get the ball, they clearly under instruction, run at that fullback, get beyond him, make something happen. Because that's exactly what happens. You take someone on, you go past them, someone else has got to come out to deal with you, which just might free up a bit of space for somebody else. And Kvaratskhelia, again, the other night was just off the charts. He doesn't look like he would be the quickest player. Once he's away from you, he's coming back.
No, there's something about players with their socks halfway down their shin.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That you want to kick.
Well, maybe that's why they do it, so they run a little bit faster. Right, you mentioned McGinn.
Yeah.
He's next outing for Villa. He's away at Burnley. To have one or more shots on target against Burnley is 11-10. Let me ask you.
Fancy him that.
Are you a fan of Brest?
Yes, they're a handful, I've heard.
You like Brest?
Yes.
Okay, the reason I asked that is that's PSG's next outing. They're at home to Brest. That's what. Wow, what's the matter with you? Kvaratskhelia to score at any time is 6-5 on.
Right, okay.
I think he'll be a handful in that game. There you go, that's Paddy's Performance for today. Catch up with the latest odds at paddypower.com, 18 plus only. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy's Performers on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Reviewing the top ballers, performers and goal scorers from the latest footballing action. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Drive on talkSPORT. I've got Andy Townsend alongside me. When we come back, we'll be talking about one of the biggest games at the weekend, West Ham against Arsenal. Now, one of the questions we have asked, will Spurs fans be cheering on Arsenal? I expect the majority will. They've got to, right?
Got to.
They need Arsenal to beat West Ham.
Look, you've got to put all your allegiances to one side. They've got to cheer them on.
Okay, so that's one. You've come up with a great question. It's not mine, it's yours. Brilliant question. If Declan Rice scores, should he celebrate? Would West Ham fans have a problem with that? So we'll ask that as well. Here's a question for you, just to discuss going into this break. Can you see a world in which West Ham win and beat Arsenal?
No.
I can't either.
I can't. Sometimes you look at these matches, these matchups, and you think, do you know what? That's not going to be a straightforward one for them, or this or that, whatever. No, I can't see this one. Because I think on the back of Arsenal getting to the final, even though emotionally they'll have been a bit drained the following day after the other night, they've all got everything to play for now.
Yeah,
everyone
defensively, they look brilliant.
Well, they just don't give you an awful lot, do they?
No.
So West Ham are going to have to be right on it. But I can only see an Arsenal victory.
So can I. West Ham fans, phone me up, tell me how you're going to get all three points. Spurs fans, will you be cheering on Arsenal? And West Ham fans, you've got a problem if Declan scores and he celebrates. 03 717 22 344. Great questions. We get all your answers right after this.
You want to come back as a racehorse. Honestly, it's so much better than being, a show jumper or a dressage or whatever. Racehorses get treated so well because at the end of the day, you need them to run as fast as you can and perform for you.
We got
so
here at 5:30 and I was like, there's already people looking after the horses already that early.
Massages earlier on.
Yeah.
The best feed.
Yeah,
4 times a day. We only get fed 2
We get groaned at by this
It's been my missus here. Look after.
I wanted to ask you about Sir Alex Ferguson because obviously we all had that scare at the weekend when we heard this news about Sir Alex taking unwell. We believe that he's doing well. But is that what you guys had in common as well? Was that horse racing back in the day? Did you guys have that in common?
I spoke to him. I was on the phone to him for 40 minutes that morning.
Wow.
We're talking about football. We're talking about horses. As I say, he's got horses here. Most Saturday mornings, he gives me a call and we go through all the horses for the day, and we share, what we know and things like that. So we might have his horse running on Friday at Chester. So yeah, I speak to him regularly, and he sounded absolutely brilliant, sharp as a tack as normal. We were talking a lot about Scottish football and what was happening up there. So it was such a shock to hear, obviously, that the next day he was taken on well, but hopefully it's not too serious.
Have you spoken to him since, mate?
I haven't since, but I would expect a message on my phone any time now, because he'll see that we've got 4 or 5 runners today at Chester, and he'll be wondering what's going on. Which horse should he be looking at?
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Welcome back to our number 2, Driving talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein. Townsend's here, everyone.
IKEA meatballs. I thought they were furniture they did in there.
They do meatballs and furniture.
Do they?
Yeah. You like IKEA? You go there a lot?
Years ago I went there, some wardrobes, which sort of went together. And when they first put them together, you think, they're all right, aren't they?
Yeah.
Then after a while, they start falling apart.
Get any meatballs?
I don't remember getting any meatballs, to be perfectly honest with you. I wouldn't go there, especially if you had
good meatballs.
I think I'd rather go to an Italian.
Yeah, okay. What, and get your cupboards? Still to come, we'll be hearing from the managers ahead of another big weekend in the Premier League. But now, big question, great question. Spurs fans, will you be cheering on Arsenal to win this weekend?
His left-footed cross is a brilliant one. Richarlison is there. He's headed the ball in. Roberto De Zerbi runs onto the pitch in celebration. Richarlison, who's just headed the second goal, slides on his knees. It's finished here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Tottenham 2.
This is the first time I thought they're going to stay up. After that game the other day, and the way West Ham played, I thought, it's West Ham are going down.
And it looks like game over. Brentford 3, West Ham 0.
What a game. Arsenal, they go away to West Ham on Sunday, looking to take another big step towards the Premier League title. They go into the weekend 5 points clear of City at the top. Meanwhile, West Ham know that a win will move them out the relegation zone, and above Spurs, they play Leeds on Monday night. The West Ham boss, Nuno Espirito Santo, has been speaking to the media ahead of Sunday's game, and he said he expects his side to bounce back from last week's defeat to Brentford.
Yeah, we've been able to always react, including during the games and during the season with poor performance, poor results. But the next one comes in and we'll be able to perform well, achieve a result. This is what we expect from Sunday. We've proven ourselves that here at West Ham, nobody give up. So let's go.
Not all. See, for the last month, maybe 6 weeks, I've been saying Spurs are down. Spurs are down. Chelsea are relegated.
I think most people have felt that, yeah.
Okay. And then last weekend, it's funny how football does things. Yeah. Aston Villa fielded a much weakened side.
Yeah.
Spurs looked good.
They did.
And then West Ham they hit the woodwork 3 times, had a goal disallowed, and it just didn't work. Now all of a sudden it's swapped, and I'm looking at it thinking, West Ham ain't getting out of this now.
I'm struggling to make a case for West Ham now.
Yeah.
I am, because, again, despite the unpredictable nature of the Premier League and how hard all the matches are, I just think there's so much on the line for Arsenal. They've worked so hard to go and win this Premier League. I just don't see them falling short against the Hammers. And then if Spurs were to turn Leeds over, which I think is on the back of the Villa performance, you could see that happening, then all of a sudden that gap is going to be 4 with 2 to play. And I think there might be too many. I just think it is. West Ham.
If it is 4 with 2 to play and Spurs play Chelsea and lose, although Spurs look better than Chelsea in that same saying at the moment, and it goes to a point.
Yeah. With West Ham would have to. I think they're at Newcastle.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is, again, it's a tricky game now. And West Ham, they're down there for a reason. They are where they are because they find it hard to win games. Simple as that. So can't just assume all of a sudden they're going to turn it on. So I think they've got it full on. I actually think they're going to need to get something off Arsenal this weekend. Yeah. I really do. I think without that,
if they do, it's back on, right, for Man City because it was back them that drew against Everton.
It's not over. If West Ham do that, but everything is in Arsenal's favour now. The momentum, confidence after the other night. Yeah, then one or two might be a bit knackered, but they can get over that because they've got such a great squad. So I just don't see them. Every now and again, you can have one of those days, Andy, where you just can't seem to. You just don't hit the back of the net. You can't find the target. I think any team at any given moment could have an afternoon like that, but I just don't see that in this game.
A quick word about Spurs. How much better do they look under De Zerbi now?
I like the way he talks, De Zerbi. I've paid more attention in recent times to what managers say as opposed to actually what they do half the time. And I think we've seen and we've had managers, saying stuff that kind of raises eyebrows, and what. I like what De Zerbi has said, and I like the way he's been. He's a very emotional guy. He's a fiery character, but I think he's got a nice sort of lid on it at the moment. I think he's got the right balance with. He continues to tell the players how good a group they are to work with, but I'd like to think he's a very demanding coach. I like demanding managers. I think they're the best ones. I think players give managers a runaround if they can. And I think the best managers are those that put demands on players and are quite ruthless. The best managers, again, have been the ruthless ones. The minute they feel someone ain't doing it, get them out the team and get someone else in. And I think he's going to have that about him at Spurs.
We touched on it earlier. An Arsenal win would, of course, help Spurs this weekend, but it will put them a win closer to winning the Premier League. How are Spurs fans going to cope with that scenario this weekend? Primarily, they've got to think about themselves first. They shouldn't care about Arsenal winning the Premier League.
I would listen. They would first and foremost they got to win their own games. A home game against Leeds is very winnable for them. Of course, Leeds have got their strengths. When I saw them at Old Trafford recently, Leeds, I thought they were excellent, and then not quite so good in a game or two afterwards. But they're a hard-running team, Leeds, and if they bring that game to Spurs and get at them and worry them and unsettle everybody in the stadium, then it can be tricky for Tottenham. But I just think on the back of that Villa performance, I'll be surprised if Spurs don't get out there and win that.
What percentage? Okay.
Yep.
Do you give West Ham getting all 3 points and Spurs not getting all 3 points? So what I'm asking is, what percentage is Tuesday morning West Ham are out the bottom three and Spurs are in it?
Less than 10.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Less than 10, I think. I think it's going to take a performance from West Ham. They're going to need the goalkeeper's going to have to be unbelievable. They're going to have to all their key boys. You can't put if you're playing the best team in the land, which Arsenal are at the moment, and you want to beat them. You've got to get everything right. Everything's got to work for you. You need a decision or two. You'll need. That Mavropanos at West Ham is one of the most improved players I've seen all season. I think he's been brilliant whenever I've seen him. Really good. And I don't know who's fit and who's not fit, but I like, Somerville has looked dangerous. Castellanos, the boy up front, is a willing worker.
Bowen, obviously.
Jared Bowen's has got genuine quality, can be a class act. So those boys are going to have to be ultra dangerous because that Arsenal back four take great delight in giving nothing away. No. They enjoy giving nothing away. They know how to. That Gabriel, he's frustrating to watch sometimes when he hits the floor and he dives about and he gets a free kick, but he's good at it. He's good at it, and he knows what he's doing. So for West Ham to find a way beyond all of that and stop them from scoring at the other end is going to take something unbelievable.
It's a big ask. Let's talk to a Tottenham fan and find out if he'll be cheering on Arsenal. I'm sure he will. Maybe I'm wrong. Hello, John. How are you?
Hello, mate. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, man.
Hello, John.
You got your Arsenal top ready?
Hello. No, definitely not.
You'll be cheering them on, though, right?
I wouldn't say cheering them on, but I definitely wouldn't be disappointed if they win.
If they score a last-minute winner from outside the area, an absolute screamer from Declan, will you be punching the air with delight?
There might be a smirk.
There's got to be, right? There's got to be a smirk. You're desperate for them to win.
Yeah, I think we've got to worry about ourselves first. When I called up originally, it was a pretty easy answer of wanting Arsenal to win. And then on hold, there's one of the Arsenal fans singing North London Forever, and I've heard that for the last 15 minutes now, and it's made it a lot harder of a question. I think it would be the most unbearable next sort of season of my life if they do win the league, but I think we've got to worry about ourselves first.
Yeah, it'd be more unbearable if they win the league and you're in the championship, right?
Yeah, exactly. Us staying up's got to be priority. I think it's not, let them have the league. They've been credit to them for the last couple of years being right up there. As long as they don't win the Champions League and we stay up, let them have the league. That's fine.
Yeah, it's it's a sad state of affairs where it's like, as long as we stay up and they only win the Prem, like, oh, the gap between the two clubs is huge. Let's speak to Martin. He's also, I thought it was going to be a West Ham fan. We'll speak to Martin. He's a Spurs fan. He can answer that one as well. Hello, Martin.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Got your Arsenal scarf ready?
Absolutely not.
You'll be cheering them on, right? Go on, the Arsenal.
No chance whatsoever. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Who do you want to win that game?
West Ham.
You want what? You're a Spurs fan. You want West Ham to beat Arsenal?
We're going to win all 3 of our games, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Well, it's not, because if West Ham win, you start the game Monday night against Leeds in the bottom 3.
Yeah, and then we win, and then we're out the bottom 3.
You want West Ham to win?
Yep, all day long.
That's a Martin. Listen, fair play to you. That is a big risk. That is a huge risk.
Those Arsenal fans, can you imagine those for God knows how long?
Well, okay, let me ask you this: will they wind you up more if they win the Prem, or if you go down?
Well, we're not going to go down, so that's...
No, but my question involves that scenario. If you go down, will they wind you up more?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know that's ridiculous.
Well, it's not. I mean, it could happen, right? You could go down.
Their fan base, I don't know what's happened to them in the last couple of years, but...
Whose?
It's not good for football. Arsenal.
Yeah, okay. I mean, as football fans, we say it with every club, right? So you want West Ham to win, yeah?
You don't disagree. You don't disagree, though, do you?
I think all football fans are the same. They're all unbearable. They're all apart from my own. Oh, they are. Especially ones that want West Ham to beat Arsenal, and that means Spurs. If your wish comes true, you go into the bottom 3.
Yep, I've got no issues with that.
That's a big call, that. I tell you, Martin, good luck with that one. All the best with that, if that does happen. Because then all of a sudden the pressure that ramps up Monday night then is massive. And if Spurs don't start great against Leeds and all of a sudden the first 10 or 15 minutes starts looking like it might not be quite so straightforward, everyone's going to have a real wobble.
Yeah.
A proper one.
I think Spurs at home to Leeds is an easier game when Spurs start outside the bottom 3.
Of course it is.
Same game of football.
Doubt.
Same game of football.
Yes, it's the same game, but...
If Spurs start in the bottom 3, it's like...
Yeah, it is a squeaky bum.
Okay. We'll take more calls on the back of it. West Ham fans, I'd love to hear from you, actually, on this one. Andy Townsend thinks that if Declan Rice scores an absolute screamer...
Do you know what? I can see... I don't know what that weird... I can see it happening.
What? Rice scoring the winner?
Well, I can see him scoring.
An own goal?
No, not an own goal, no.
But he should celebrate, right?
Do you know, it really winds me up when players don't celebrate. It freaks me out. I think, well, you get out there and celebrate. It's the greatest thing you do. If you didn't want to leave the club, then don't leave the club.
Yeah, but you've shown a little bit of respect, right?
Why do you have to show respect?
Here's the thing. You're married to a beautiful woman. Right? No, listen to me, right? You get divorced.
Yes.
You find another lovely woman.
Yes.
And you take your new woman to someone's wedding.
Okay.
Right? Out of respect, in front of your last wife, you're not going to start kissing your new one. Hello, how are you? You all right? Nice to see you. You're not kissing the badge in front of her, are you? Nice to see you. You all right? You having a good time?
Yeah, but also, if the new one's better than the old one, then you will be, like, flaunting it.
Oh,
of course you would. Yeah, well,
not out of respect. Like, what about, let's call her Paula, the other one, right? Out of Paula,
I've been married 41 years.
I thought you said 41 times.
41 years.
Yeah.
So I've not been in that very
but
scenario.
if you were, let's just say your first wife was called Paula, and what's your wife now?
Jackie.
Right, you with Jackie?
Yeah.
You come to my wedding.
Okay.
You didn't know I've invited Paula. She's on her own, bless her. Still not really over Andy Townsend. Who would get over Andy Townsend, right? You with Jackie, and you go, hey, Andy, why have you invited Paula? And I go, oh, no, sorry, I didn't know you were married. It's my fault. And then there's a dance, right?
How old's Paula? My new one.
No, Paul is your old one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Jackie's your new one. You should know the name. You should know the name of your wife. You forgot already, have you?
No, but I was getting a bit confused.
Don't make that mistake at my wedding with Paula over there. Get your calls in now, 03717 22 3344. I can't even remember the question, but get dialing.
How are you, Bob?
All right, Bob.
Oh, buzzing. Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Buzzing.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Well
Thanks
done.
for being good sports and saying well done.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well, you know.
Hope you get pumped in the final.
Yeah. All of that.
Thank you very much. Is that against the Bayern Munich, who we've already beat 3-1? They didn't have a shot in the second half.
Doesn't matter. Let me tell you, don't. I wouldn't go down that route now. I wouldn't be. What I'll be doing.
But it doesn't matter when either of them teams can't even defend. None of them can defend.
Yeah, I would be very careful about talking about.
Arsenal have conceded 6 goals in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know, and defensively the best
goals.
side. But I'll be very careful about talking about what you've done in previous games, because I seem to remember you actually beat PSG last season as well.
Haven't we kept more clean sheets than Bruno Fernandes assists this year? That's all we're talking about, Bruno Fernandes assists. If this was Manchester City,
do you know what, right?
Oh my God, we'd be all over it though, wouldn't we? If this was Man City, oh, we'd all drop down and bow to them. We'd bend over.
Listen, I wouldn't.
This is Arsenal. Everyone's against us. Everyone has slagged us off all season. Our corners, our set play, our boringness. Champions League final. Not a game lost. Top of the Premier League.
Blob.
Yeah, go on then, mate.
I'm talking to you.
Then.
Right, listen,
say, lads.
What I would do, I'd be very careful about talking about
Sorry,
that.
can I just say this is the Pinot Grigio speaking. I'm on my second bottle here. Crack on.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
I'm sure it kicks in a minute. It's got to kick in, right? Good tunes. Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, superstar is Andy Townsend in partnership with Giacomo Styler Brands for every man. Has Paula phoned up? Andy Townsend? No, she hasn't. Still to come, we'll be hearing from the managers ahead of another huge weekend in the Premier League. Just quickly, Man City are reportedly interested in signing Vinicius Jr. There was a year left on his deal at Real Madrid. In darts, Luke Littler beat Luke Humphries to claim a third successive night win and a record equaling 6th victory of the season in the Premier League. We'll talk boxing in a bit, but let's take your calls on all things Spurs. Do you want Arsenal to win? And West Ham fans, have you got a problem with Declan if he celebrates the winner? Reece is a gooner, joins us now. Hi, Reece.
Hiya, mate. You okay?
I'm great. I'm very well. How are you? You excited about the game at the weekend? Confident?
Pretty confident considering the performances over the last few weeks. I think we've turned the corner a bit in terms of how we look. Pretty confident.
Okay. What are you phoned up to say?
Just on the point with Rice, really. Firstly, if he scored against them, I don't think he should celebrate. That club gave him everything, really, and sort of made him into the player he is today. But further than that, I don't even think he should actually start in the match. In my opinion, Rice is a very emotional player, and ultimately, I think that's part of what makes him as good as he is today. But if you put him in that situation where it's like if he's thinking he's scoring a goal and this is going to be sending him down, I don't think you want to put him in that position. And that's not questioning his professionalism or anything like that. I just feel like that's something that would play with your mind a bit too much.
Do you not think, Reece, out of all the decisions that Mikel Arteta has made since he's been the Arsenal boss, if he leaves Declan Rice out of that game at the weekend, is that like the most balmiest one out of the lot?
If it wasn't for the performances of Lewis Skelly in recent weeks and the fact that Zubimendi has been rested due to that and having those two that can play in there, then I'd agree. I'd say, look, you just got to go for it. But it's also with an eye in the upcoming games as well. Rice, he's been running to the ground and he could do with a rest himself. And I think with those two factors considered together, I think the sensible thing would be saying, look, let's start with Zubi and Lewis Skelly.
I think it's a different question if you're saying you want to give him a rest. That's a different thing. I think just to think that you don't want to play him because of the emotion that he might go through on the day. I mean, look, Declan is a vastly experienced player. I think he's playing exceptionally well at the moment. And I think he's the sort of player that gets in most teams anywhere. And I mean literally anywhere. So I can't think after all the hard work that's been done at Arsenal, you would even contemplate leaving him out of this one,
No,
Reece.
I think that would
I
be
just
nuts.
don't see it.
From one Reece who's an Arsenal fan to another who's a West Ham fan. Hello, Reece.
How you doing, gents? You all right?
Hello, Reece.
Well, good, man. How are you?
All good, all good.
Well, then we got 5 minutes to go. It's 0-0. Corner comes over, gets flicked out to the edge of the area. Declan Rice smashes it into the corner, runs over to the Arsenal fans, kisses the badge, pumps his fist. You got a problem with that?
No, not at all. I think it's a mad argument in professional football. I don't know if you see the other night, he did an interview where he said West Ham gave him everything and he owes West Ham everything. Most knowledgeable West Ham fans know that, and they know that he appreciates West Ham and everything West Ham gave him. But he won us a trophy for the first time and got no foul on. He's now gone on to do better things at a bigger club. What I think the hatred on being so mad with him about celebrating. He's going to win the Premier League and the Champions League. We should be proud as West Ham fans to say it's a West Ham man running the show for another London club. I don't get it.
That is exactly the right attitude to have, Reece. That is, and because that's exactly what he's done. Look, he's absolutely wonderful as a West Ham player and young man. Moved on, and everything moves on in football, and you just have to roll with it and go with it. And so, I think if he did score, it would be incredibly difficult. Can you imagine scoring a goal 2 minutes from time at the weekend to win it for his team
and effectively help push West Ham down?
And effectively, all right, yeah, but can you imagine? I was going to say just turning around and walking back to the halfway line without running away and celebrating and going mad.
You know, a lot of people think Dennis Law backheeled that goal to put Man United down. It wasn't that goal. Right. It was a game after that.
Yeah.
But it's the same scenario. It's the same. But yeah, I agree with you.
That relegated Man United, didn't it?
No, that's what I'm saying. That goal didn't.
Oh, that
everyone thinks it did, but it wasn't.
But he probably knew
it helped. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sending them on their way. Yeah, he probably did. I mean, look, listen. If Arsenal are 3-0 up and Declan goes and knocks one in for 4, he hasn't got to turn around and sprint and go mad on that one. He can literally just punch the air. He can salute the Arsenal fans that are there and then get on with the game, whatever's left of it. But it'd be very, very difficult for any player in such a big game to score the winner with a couple of minutes left for a 1-0 and not really go for it and celebrate it. Almost impossible.
Do you think it will be on Declan's mind at all, like the first caller alluded to?
What, the emotion of it you're just talking about? No, I don't think so. I think he's just got you're programmed and conditioned to just do what you've got to do. And I think as I said, I think he's a very, very good player. I think he gets into most teams. What team don't you think he gets into?
I think that's a great question. Certainly he gets into all of them in the Prem. Well, in fact, we'll save that question for when we come back, because it's time now to look ahead to the weekend's action. Let's head to Manchester, where our very own Simon Jordan has a big gig over on DAZN at 6:30 this evening. Simon's going to be chatting to a fired-up Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois as soon as they step off the scales this evening ahead of their fight live on DAZN and talkSPORT tomorrow. Hold on, it's Simon Jordan, hold on. Furthermore, I'm imbued with a sense of profound pleasure to report that Simon has seen fit to unite with the talkSPORT production of authentic broadcast pedigree prior to the commencement of those aforementioned proceedings. Simon, good evening to you.
Andy, how are you? I think it's always important for award-winning shows to come on and help the lesser thans, so here I am.
Well, I'm glad you're on, Simon, because primarily I implore you to clarify the precise nature of your current undertaking and articulate your specific responsibilities regarding this evening's broadcast on the DAZN platform.
Very good, Andy. Thank you very much. You are drinking from the same word soup as me, I see.
I am, only for that question, sadly. Right, back to my world. What are you up to? What are you doing, Simon?
Mate, I'm down. I'm up or down. I'm up in Manchester. You've got an event, which is obviously the show weigh-in for Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois. And DAZN have introduced this new concept called the Cauldron. And the Fools have asked me to get involved. I don't know who's the fool, me for getting involved in terms of putting myself in a way of 2 hulking heavyweights, or them for asking me to do it. But you've got a live audience inside an environment created for the fighters to be weighed in on. They walk down a gangway. I've got Daniel Dubois on one side, or will have, Fabio Wardley on the other, and my job is to ask questions of them that they're not usually asked 24 hours before they go and smash one another's faces in. So my objective is to try and be bold and fearless and avoid the disrespectful side of things, because that might serve me not so well, as I found out against Deontay Wilder.
Well, Simon, listen, I know you're a busy boy, but I appreciate you coming in, and it's nice of you to prove. I didn't realise how good I was until I saw you trying to do an OB, looking down the barrel of the camera. So it's nice you've underlined the fact I am.
Is that what I'm doing?
I am absolutely wonderful at what I do. Simon, listen, enjoy it. I'm so glad I got you, because you're a superstar. You know you're boxing inside out, so I think it's a great addition to their team. Thanks for coming on, man.
Nice, Simon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein.
There you go.
See you, Andy. Take care, boys.
The ledge. Thanks to producer Joe for.
He knows his stuff. He's boxing, doesn't he? He does.
That's why they've got him, right?
He knows.
He's fantastic.
He's like very, very into it, and clearly is across a lot of it. So. And I think we're all looking forward to that one tomorrow.
That will be tonight, by the way. Simon's doing his stuff, his big gig on DAZN about 6:30 tonight. Right, more from me and the legend that is Andy Townsend. When we come back, we'll be looking ahead to the rest of the big games this weekend in the Premier League. And, of course, 5:45, as we always do, we'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT.
to join Arsenal was the biggest achievement in my career, but the way the things end up was a little bit not nasty. But at the end of the day, I'm happy. They are happy. They know, you know what, life goes on. If you ask me if I regret, I don't regret. I'm happy also giving them something back, because at the end of the day, if I can't represent and defend my parents, I don't know who would do it for me. So it's kind of doing my job.
You're spot on, Emmanuel. I don't blame you at all. I would have done the same, mate.
Thank you.
Looking at the title race, Manchester City messing up against Everton. How do you think it's going to go? Who do you think will win it in the end?
Who do I think will win it? If you ask me today, I will still tell you that I think Man City will win it, but I would like Arsenal to win it, because it has been over a decade. They have been fighting for that. Even when I was there, we were fighting for it. Obviously, in April, then sometime in March and April, it's all over, and we drop points at Wigan, at Bolton, wherever you can call it. Then we saw the league sliding out of our hand. But this year they're doing quite well, and the good thing is that defensively they are very good. But now they have to win the last 3 games to win the league. And obviously, Man City again dropping points at Everton. They will come back stronger. They will manage with their manager, with the players, with the experienced team they had. They will do everything possible to win the last 3 games and wait for Arsenal to drop points so they can be champion. But trust me, it's not going to be an easy task for both of them. Let's see who win. But I wish, for the first time, Arsenal wins it, because they have been working towards this for.
If John McGinn lifts the Europa League trophy, he'll go down as an Aston Villa immortal. That's according to their former striker and lifelong Villa fan, Stan Collymore.
John McGinn has stepped forward in the very biggest games, Championship playoff finals, big games where they've needed to win, absolute worldie against PSG, nearly got us back in that tie overall. But 2 absolute supreme goals.
Villa faced Freiburg in Istanbul for the Europa League final on May the 20th, live on talkSPORT. A week later, Crystal Palace will face Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final, just 3 days after taking on Arsenal. Could this have consequences for the title race? Ollie Glasner's given his 2 pence worth.
A league title it feels like it's decided on the last day what could happen, but at the end it's the result of 38 match days, and at the end everybody gets what he deserves.
Mikel Arteta has confirmed neither Jurriën Timber nor Mikel Merino will be fit to feature against West Ham on Sunday, but Jordan Henderson will be fit to face Man City tomorrow for Brentford. Ahead of tonight's Championship playoff semi-final, talkSPORT's Tony Cascarino doesn't care if no one likes Millwall. The fans are loving it.
They remind me of the team I played in that we got promoted. You know, the similar characteristics that you spoke about. Dogged, all want to prove a point, never give up, got some flair in there as well, leaders all over the pitch.
Millwall go to Hull live on talkSPORT tonight from 7 p.m. And Thomas Tuchel will name his 26-man World Cup squad on the 22nd of May. That's 2 days before the final game of the Premier League season. Remember, talkSPORT's bringing you live coverage of every World Cup game this summer.
I'm at Drive on talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. Superstar is Andy Townsend alongside. By the way, if anyone's seen Charlotte's wallet, she's lost it in the office. Seen a wallet, brown wallet?
No, I haven't seen it.
All right, if anyone in the talkSPORT office, I know we play it throughout talkSPORT. If anyone's seen it, it's got £4 in it.
You found a wallet and it had a lot of money in it.
How much?
Would you hand it in?
How much?
£400.
No, I'm having it. Hold on.
You can't do that.
Hold on.
Someone's
No,
money.
wait, just wait. Does it say whose it is? Has it got ID in it?
Could have.
Well, I
have,
need
but
that answer.
Are you bothered about the ID when you
Yeah,
see all the Reddies?
if it's like little old lady, I'm not taking £400. If it's you, I'm having it.
All right, okay.
If it's Charlotte, I'm taking every penny. Right? I say every penny. They're literally £4. Still to come, we'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT. But now it's time to look ahead to another big weekend in Drive's Premier League preview. It's terrible when you lose something. What have you lost?
I've lost the wallet.
Yeah. Lost your phone?
£1 in it. Yeah, I've lost my phone. Yeah.
Okay. Lost your keys?
Car keys, yeah.
Mate, it sounds like you lost your mind. What's happening? What haven't you lost?
Exactly.
You lost everything, have you?
Lost all them. When I say lost them, I mean, you often put them down, don't you? You think, have I lost them? Do I, like it's like a credit card, or if you take a card out of your wallet and then you go back to your wallet a few days later and it's not in there, have I lost it?
Yeah.
Or is it just in another jacket or something?
Bentley he came into work one day, lost his wallet, spent the whole afternoon cancelling all his cards, finished the show, got back into his car, his wallet was in the glove box.
There you go. That's what I mean. See, that's why you don't want to. Did he cancel all his
Everything.
cards? Oh, that's the wind up. Yeah.
Imagine cancer. He's got like 30 cards here, hasn't he?
And it's putting all your cards on your phone and all that stuff.
I've only got
nowadays.
2 on there.
Have you?
Yeah, mine and yours.
That's a good shout.
Pointless me spending all my money, isn't it? all he says. Right, let's start with talkSPORT's live and exclusive commentary at Liverpool against Chelsea tomorrow. We forgot about that one. Chelsea come into this one on the back of six straight Premier League defeats. That is insane. Their interim gaffer, Callum McFarlane, he's been speaking ahead of this game. He responded to claims that the players have down tools.
No, I wouldn't agree with that. The performances haven't been good enough. We're in a really bad run at the moment. The Leeds performance was a glimmer where we thought we could build on that, and we weren't able to do that. But I do see these boys every day, every training session, every meeting in the gym. They're in a good place to go and attack games. We just haven't been able to translate that on the game on Monday. So hopefully we can improve that on Saturday.
I don't know if you noticed, but when I got to the line on the back of 6 straight Premier League defeats, I sort of hesitated. It's just insane to think that if they lose against Liverpool this weekend, that's 7 straight Premier League defeats for Chelsea. I don't know if that's ever happened to Chelsea before.
I ain't got a clue.
I mean, that is insane. Why has it gone so bad for them?
Well, again, because I think that the one thing that the Chelsea hierarchy don't seem to factor in is what the continual change does to their better players. Cole Palmer hasn't really rediscovered his form since he's come back into the team. He hasn't. Enzo, in saying what he said, then found himself on the end of a disciplinary. So that ain't going to have done him any favours. I don't see anybody at the moment for Chelsea that's actually... Marc Cucurella is a very good little player, I think. Very good little player. I don't think he's playing anything like what he can. Reece James, actually, when he was fit a few weeks ago, was looking really good. Probably their best player. But I'm not seeing enough of them. João Pedro at Aston Villa 6 weeks ago was brilliant that night. Since then, not really seen enough of it. I mean, the overhead kick he got the other day against Spurs was brilliant. But that aside, just not... And I think the club, what they're forgetting to factor in, and is all this... Callum McFarlane might be a very smart coach, and I'm sure he can do it somewhere, but not at Chelsea.
And not for 3 or 4 games. That's what I think is ridiculous.
And I think the players end up getting fed up with it.
Do you think they've down tools?
I don't think you down tools deliberately. I don't think anyone has ever actually gone, that's it, I ain't running around. I don't think that ever happens, but I do think players get fed up and start thinking, is this what I'm not sure this is what I bought into when I came here or when I signed my long-term deal. I think they get irritated with, and again, it's not nothing against Callum. It's not against any Liam Rosenior or any of the boys that the club think that are going to do what. It's like, hold on a minute, I'm in the peak of my powers, the prime of my life, and I've committed the best years maybe of my career to this place, thinking that we're all wanting to go where we want it, and they're chopping and changing and fiddling around with it like it's a kid's toy. And I think players are understandably get fed up, frustrated, and ultimately it then starts to look like they're not running about and they're not getting across the ground perhaps as quick as they once were. So, and I think the club are just totally to blame for that, the way that they've gone about this.
Quick word about Liverpool. They'll be looking to bounce back from that hammering to Man United last weekend. Do you fully expect them to win this game?
I expect Liverpool to win. I do. I do expect them to win. They've still got to convince people that Arne Slot is the right man, I think, to carry forward next season. If he's in charge, I think they'll need a good summer, a big summer. Liverpool are usually a club that do a lot of their work early doors. They normally get the players, the people that they've identified, they go and get them quite early to make sure that that gives them an extra bit of time to become accustomed to being a Liverpool player and the expectation, etc. When the season kicks off. So again, but if he's still in charge and they don't start the season well, he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. I don't think he goes at the end of this season. I don't think so.
Christmas is usually the time you assess things.
So.
Yeah,
I think. But if you don't start well, I think you'd be in trouble.
Give me a quick prediction for that one.
Liverpool are going to go 2-0 for that.
Yeah, I see Liverpool win as well. Right, let's move on to the title race. Man City, they're 5 points behind Arsenal going into the weekend with a game in hand. They host Brentford tomorrow at 5:30. Pep Guardiola's been speaking ahead of the game. He was asked what's been behind Jeremy Doku's recent form.
The manager, always. Success, when the players play good, is thanks to the manager. When they play bad, it's because of them. I'm so glad they're making a step and feel that the winger had to score and make an impact, not just an action 1-against-1, but not just, I'm saying, the goals and assists and contribution defensively. And Jeremy had been amazing this season, amazing.
He's been unbelievable. I mean, his goals against Everton were sublime, right?
Yeah.
If Man City go on somehow to
do it, what a
they
moment
look back
that was,
at those
wasn't it?
goals. Yeah.
Do you know, that game was very typical. First half against Everton, City were camped in Everton's half of the field, loads of the ball, taking shots from here and there, couldn't quite hit the target, couldn't quite find that, take that little bit of care. Semenyo had a couple of good situations that he ordinarily you'd think he'd do a bit better with. And then it just went bonkers in the second half, didn't it? And then when Everton started to really have a go at them, then they looked like City looked all over the place. Officially looked really, really in danger and in big trouble. So, and then having got 3-1 up to claw it back to 3-0, brilliant goal, Doku, amazing finish. I really like him. I just like his attitude, the way he takes people on and goes for it. Yes, people can say he needs to score more goals. Yeah, I'm sure he would like to, but you got when them two on each flank, Doku and Semenyo running.
They're wonderful, yeah.
They're good players.
Which is more of a surprise that they didn't beat, no disrespect, they didn't beat Everton when they need to get wins. Can you see a world in which Man City don't get all 3 points in this game?
Well, Brentford they had a decent result last time out, and they're a
point off sixth place.
You know, they've had a very consistent season, really. I don't think they've had a run, a real run where you're looking over your shoulder thinking, well, if we don't sort ourselves out, we're going to be in big trouble. They've always bounced back after defeats. So I think there'll be a tricky team to play against, but I can genuinely only really feel that City will score first. It's just when they get that second.
Yeah, I agree.
If they get that second before half time, then I think they're home and dry.
Go on, give me a prediction that one.
I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay. Let's finish with Newcastle. They go away at Forest on Sunday. Newcastle, they're 13th, just 5 points behind Brighton in 8th place. Eddie Howe's been speaking to the media, was asked about the possibility that they could still get a European spot this season.
Yeah, we're looking at it this way, really, is to try and win our last 3 games. That's all our energy is going into that. And the lads have been focused this week. We've trained well. And that's where I get my measurement from in terms of mentality, in terms of effort and our preparation. It's been strong. I said it was strong last week. I've had similar feelings this week. There's been no end of season feel to our training ground work. That's really important. And while there's still an opportunity, we'll try and grab it.
It's been a strange old season for Newcastle because I thought they would have kicked on from winning the League Cup. I suppose when you're juggling with European football and league football, cup football, Premier League, there's a lot to do. What do you think the reason for the fact they haven't really kicked on? Is it lack of depth in squad, do you think?
No, because I think they invested they spent a lot of money on Wissa and Voltemada.
Yeah, too much.
And they're playing Willa Sulo, who's a young kid up front who actually is I think has done quite well, but it's a huge responsibility to give him the shirt and say, "Go on, it's yours, run with it," and those other guys are going to have to wait. I mean, I think. And one thing we never know with football, there's so much we do know about football nowadays. The one thing we don't know is who actually does genuinely buy the players. And does Eddie actually nod his head and go, yeah, go and get me Wissa?
Or even, no, I don't want him. Yeah, it's a great question.
And we never, that's the one thing we never know with the modern day manager, how much they're absolutely behind a lot of the guys that walk through the door. Because it just seems a little odd that Newcastle would spend that much money on those two boys, on Voltemada and Wissa, and not really play them. You know, now sometimes the club has to make a decision. If you're a bit short in a certain area and they've got a decision to make it before someone might go elsewhere, well, then you have to make a call, and that's not necessarily always going to absolutely involve the manager. But I am quite sort of fascinated by that nowadays. With all these sporting directors, most of them not accountable, I don't think. Yeah. Most of them do what they do, and it's always the manager that gets the elbow. So... But I don't know. It's a strange one, Newcastle. I do think they've got some very good players. I really like Bruno. I think Tonali as well is an excellent player.
Are they beating Forest?
I think probably on the back of how Forest would feel this morning.
I agree.
After last night, I think it's going to be a tough one for them at the weekend. They've got to try and get up for it. They could just do with something out of the game. They might get it, actually. Might go 1-1.
Okay, 1-1. Yeah. Still to come on Drive, we'll hear Dean Saunders take on some iconic commentary moments.
Balotelli, Aguero. I swear, you'll never see anything like this ever again.
Just sounds like Basil Brash all the time, doesn't it? We'll also be joined by the wonderful Spencer Oliver, head of a huge weekend of boxing.
Again, baby.
We will. And we'll look ahead to a huge weekend of football across the talkSPORT network.
There is nothing like the playoffs.
I can't argue with that. All that and loads more coming up on Drive with me, Goldstein, him, Townsend, and when we come back, the best bits of talkSPORT.
Because I've got nothing against Forest, and I think it would be great for that football club and their fans.
Whoever gets through to the final out of the Europa League, I want them to get beat in the final.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? You're horrible.
I just want. Why, I don't understand.
Horrible person.
So that makes you a nice person, does it? Because you want to win.
Well, it's not about being nice, but it's just like, why? I get it if Chelsea or Arsenal, Spurs, I get all that. Rivalry. No rivalry with Nottingham Forest.
I don't want Palace to win it if they get to the final.
You don't want Palace to win the Conference League?
No, I mean, less concerned about that. Just play for Palace and I'm backing them.
Yeah.
4 games on loan.
Yeah.
No, I mean, do you know what? Maybe Palace. Maybe no. Do you know what? Catch me at the time. I'm so nonplussed by it, but I definitely don't want Villa win it. Definitely don't want Forest to win it. Definitely, 100% don't want them winning it. I don't want Spurs winning it. Don't want Arsenal winning it. Don't want West Ham. Don't want Man United winning it. Liverpool. None of them.
Oh, you know,
no, don't want anyone winning.
You're a bitter old man.
Yeah, good. I enjoy being it. I like being that man.
Greg, listen, mate. Thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Carl. He's a Fulham fan. Would you want Fulham to win it?
Nope.
Carl.
All right, Carl.
Hello, hold on. Hello.
All right, Carl.
Hi, guys. You okay?
Yeah, mate. Go on. What do you want to say?
I think it's great that an English club get into a final.
Behave yourself, man.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Over talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein playing some bangers today. Andy Townsend alongside in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Right, time now for this. Yeah, time for the best of talkSPORT friends. You know what to do. Right, let's kick things off with the brilliant breakfast show this morning. Shabana Hearn was alongside Dean Saunders. They were joined by this very, very happy Palace fan.
The reason for my call was I'd just like to be the waiter that serves Marinakis. He's just desserts for trying to get us thrown out for getting us thrown out of the Europa League. So I would like to be the waiter for his comfy chair when he watches us play in a final while he's sitting indoors watching EastEnders or Coronation Street.
What's your favourite dessert, Andy Townsend?
Favourite dessert, I think, is apple pie and custard.
Hot or cold?
Hot. Oh, seriously hot as well.
What about a spotted dick? Do you like that?
Yes, I do. There ain't many desserts I don't like.
Okay. You like trifle? Everyone likes trifle.
Love trifle.
Viennetta. Do you remember Viennetta?
Yeah, remember that. Yeah.
What's the best TV soap?
The best TV soap. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I watched a soap.
El Dorado.
Is Lofty still in EastEnders?
He's running the Coy Vic now. What's your favourite thing about Greece?
My favourite thing about Greece, Olivia Newton-John.
Showing your age now.
I know.
You know why? Because you're the one that I want.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, Shabana Hearn returns with the weekend breakfast show alongside Tony Cascarino tomorrow morning at 6.
Right, sticking with the breakfast show. And as Sir David Attenborough celebrated his 100th birthday, Dean Saunders was tasked with doing some iconic football commentary in the great man's voice.
It's finished at Sunderland. Man United have done all they can. That Rooney goal was enough for the 3 points. Man City are still alive. Balotelli, Aguero.
How does it end?
I swear, you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it. Drink it in.
Was that Sir David Attenborough or was that Ted Lowe?
I think it was Ted Lowe, whispering Ted, wasn't it?
It was whispering Ted.
Yeah.
Right, come on, give me your best Attenborough.
Here, in the Outback,
I like it.
Andy Townsend. I mean, that's as good as I can do.
He's alone with no friends. Yeah, one of them. Right.
Sits all alone in the studio, desperate to make friends with the rest of talkSPORT.
What's your favourite animal in the world?
My dog, Dr. Scooter Frank.
I've seen your dog.
He's an absolute legend.
He's a legend. He's been
oh, my God.
Right, where will
He's
we be
so
with
happy.
our
I
dogs?
know. You know what? We're not worthy. Dogs are too good for us.
They're brilliant. They are the best. And what's the best football commentary of all time?
I mean, it's got to be They Think It's All Over, right? It has to be that.
I mean, I think it's probably the most iconic line, isn't it?
Yeah.
It probably is.
Was it Kenneth Wolstenholme? It's got to be that.
Kenneth Wolstenholme. Yeah.
Just trying to think of
what was
others.
the Barry Davis one when Gazza scored his free kick against Arsenal?
Is he going to have a crack?
Is he going to? He is, you know.
Yeah.
Bang. Straight in.
Yeah,
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a good one. You know.
I've got in my head a Barry Davis one. Lorimer, 1-0.
Yeah, that's David Coleman.
Oh, is it David Coleman? Okay.
David Coleman. But, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that was
There's
good.
been some great ones there, as indeed. And remember that you can hear some more great commentary tonight from 7 as talkSPORT brings you live coverage of Hull against Millwall in the playoffs.
Let's finish with the Sports by Hara and Cundy. And after Villa's win, they were gate-crashed by a very happy Gabby Agbonlahor.
Has anyone seen Maximus Scott? Where are you, Max? We need some news. Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves, Sherwood Forest, Friar Tuck. Where are you, Friar? The original boots chemist. Hooters. Is Hooters closed? I used to open Hooters. Close Hooters. Shut it down. Matt Ford, do us a favour, mate.
Very good. That's very good.
Very, very good.
Do you think Cundy has washed that Ange mask yet?
No, he won't have, will he?
No, he won't.
I don't see Jay's taking it home every night and giving it a little...
I think he does. I think his wife quite likes it. It's better than looking at Jay, isn't it? Which of your former teammates was the mouthiest?
Mouthiest? I mean, that's not a very nice compliment to pay. The mouthiest.
No. Spoke a lot. How about that?
I mean, mouthiest, I don't think... It's not particularly... attractive trait to have.
Well, don't answer it.
Mouthy.
Plead the fifth.
There's plenty that are, always wise. He was always saying something and winding someone up.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. What's the hardest you've ever laughed? Nice question.
Good question. Very good question. I mean, I do like to laugh a lot. Actually.
It's nice when you can't control it, when it's just going
great.
on.
It is
nice.
great. I can't remember really.
Okay.
Can you?
What? But last time you laughed a lot.
The last time. Can you remember?
I think it's when I mentioned Paula coming to my wedding.
What's the hardest you've ever laughed?
I can't remember. I laugh a lot though.
I do.
You know what? I very rarely laugh at movies. I very rarely laugh out loud. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
He's incredibly funny. It's my favourite.
Observational comedy.
But I won't necessarily go, I'll just go, that's genius.
Yes. Oh, right, yeah. So you really like it, but you wouldn't laugh out loud. So what's the sort of thing that makes you laugh out loud?
People falling over.
See, I'm a little bit like that myself.
Yeah.
Some bloke once asked me for a direction. And I'm sorry, I asked this bloke for a direction and he stopped. And then he pointed in the direction where it was and I said, cheers, mate. And he turned round and he nutted a parking meter. And he was perfectly happy walking along. And I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, that would make me.
And he looked back at me, quite rightly, with the ump. Because I've stopped him.
And a bump.
And a bump, yeah.
Remember to download 21 Minutes to Go with me and Jason Cundy, wherever you get your podcast from. New episodes drop every Monday and Thursday. I forgot to mention that yesterday, so there was a new episode yesterday. Or, of course, you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app, where you swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. On this week's 21 Minutes to Go, by the way, Ricky Gervais is on it. If you like Ricky Gervais, download 21 Minutes to Go.
I did go and see Mickey Flanagan. It made me laugh really hard.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, he did. Mickey was great.
Okay. Did you go out to see him, or was it just out?
Out. Just out.
We have some fun with Bentley's EFL Corner when we come back. We'll take your calls on that. And, of course, we're building up to a massive fight tomorrow night live on talkSPORT as Wardley takes on Dubois. And Billy joins us for the end of the show quiz. What an hour that is. It's all coming up free, live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
But this week, the boys have been out and about and spoken to the two fighters. And on Fabio Wardley, it was interesting to hear from him. He was asked, how do you see the fight playing out come Saturday night?
Don't get me wrong, I'm a problem from the beginning to the end. But especially in the beginning of fights, I think I'm very sharp. I'm very switched on. I'm never trying to hang around. Like, I'm not trying to drag it out any longer than it needs to be, and especially not with someone who punches like Daniel does. I'm there to kind of get through him and take him off and get him out of there as quick as possible. So I'm going to be dangerous throughout, but don't get me wrong, especially in the early stages.
No matter how the fight goes, at some point you will bring him into the trenches. What happens when you do that?
I think we all know what happens there. I think I'll run him over, like in the trenches, in the deep waters of it. That's where I'm at my best. That's where I compete the best. That's where I've got a clear advantage over Daniel. And if he wants to meet me there, then best of luck to him. But I don't think he will.
Does this end in stoppage?
Sorry?
Does this end in a stoppage?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Look, whether it goes in the first or goes in the 12th, but one way or another, he's getting out of there.
Fabio Wardley is unbeaten with 1 draw in his record, 20 wins, no losses, 1 draw. Dubois has 22 wins on his record with 3 defeats.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Welcome back to Last Hour Drive and talkSPORT. It's me and it's him, and him is Andy Townsend.
I thought I saw something similar to a large cat.
Okay, we'll find out more about that a bit later on. Still to come, we'll also be looking ahead to Wardley against Dubois, live on DAZN and talkSPORT this weekend. But now it's time to take a look at the latest EFL action in partnership with McDonald's.
Benty's EFL Corner on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus, fees apply to delivery orders, subject to availability, price may vary.
It's the playoffs. We love them, and we know you love them too.
Here he comes, the Bosnian, whipping it high into the penalty area. Hughes heads it in! 2 attacks, 2 goals for Hull City.
We've now got reset, refocus now for what's going to be a really tough double-header against a strong Millwall team.
The left foot of Negley, and it's an absolute stunner into the top left-hand corner, and Millwall lead inside 10 minutes.
As far as we're concerned now, we've got a great opportunity to go and attack.
Target delivers across for Middlesbrough, and Strellick is there to make it 2-2.
Two good football teams going against each other will be very exciting.
On the volley, it's in! It's in! Unbelievable stuff! Southampton are going to win it!
We know that the season is getting extended by another 3 weeks. So I think if you look back a couple of months, everyone would have been happy to be at this point. And if you continue to perform, it's normal that the expectations rise.
Yes, all 15 EFL playoff matches, including the 3 finals at Wembley, are live and exclusive to national radio across talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. Before we get stuck into those playoff games, though, a quick word. It's just been announced. Bruno Fernandes, breaking news, he's been named the Football Writers Player of the Year. Declan Rice second, Haaland third. Is that, I mean, I'm going to say yes. Is that the right result, do you think?
I think it was always going to be very close between Bruno and Declan Rice. I mean, look, you can argue that I don't know, the fact that this award is comes out now at such a crucial short stage of the season. But I don't think you can deny that Bruno has had a big effect on his team this year. I think he's got better as a captain and as a leader, and he does produce some real classy moments. He does. All those assists he's got, the goals that he scores, I think he is right up there. I really do. I think he's playing as well now as we've ever seen him in this country.
Just put it into context, as an ex-footballer, what is bigger? Is it the football writers, which is this one, or the players?
Well, I think that's a very nice award to be given, and one that Bruno has won. But I do think the PFA Player of the Year, you are voted by your peers and fellow players. So I think that one I think that's the one that might carry a little bit more weight for you as an individual, knowing that you've been voted in by opposing players, your own players, etc., etc. But
is it a gauge, do you think, if you win this?
I was going to say, I think there might be something in that, yeah. There might be something in that.
I mean, he has been amazing.
He's been very good. I wouldn't never deny that he's been anything other than very, very effective, very good this year. And again, as I say, I think there have been times at United for Bruno where, unless he's played well, the team has never looked like it's capable of winning.
Yeah, he has dragged them through a few.
And I think now there's far more around him, and that's just helping him even more. I think the assists he's got is because he's giving the ball to players who are going on and finishing, going on and tucking the ball in the back of the net. So he's got some I really like the front boys. I think Cunha and Burmo, and I like Šeško. I think he's a very big technical, a real classy footballer. I think he's going to get better for United. And Bruno in behind those three is a very useful for that. And so good luck to Bruno. I wouldn't have too many complaints with that.
Okay. That's on the back of Bruno Fernandes, has been named the FWA, if you like, the Football Writers Footballer of the Year. Right, back to the playoffs. It all begins tonight. Hull against Millwall in the Championship. It's live on talkSPORT when we're done at 7. Millwall, of course, they finished third, just a point behind Ipswich. How much would you like to see them in the Premier League? The argument is always who's the biggest club to never play Premier League football. Millwall, for my money, is top of that list. So, would you like to see him in the?
I would actually. I would. And look, Millwall has always had this kind of notorious sort of feel about it, that it's such a difficult place to go and play. It always was, but I think clearly they've got a really good team. Alex Neil's done a terrific job. They've been in and around top 2, top 3 for a long time, quite a lot. fair old chunk of the season. So I'd like to see them have a go. I would.
Yeah, me too.
I think they've worked very hard at their image at Millwall, and I think that they would. That if they, I mean, listen, you got to earn it. You got to win these games, and there's still a long way to go. But I think they'd be a welcome addition to the Premier League.
Okay. Let's move on to tomorrow's first leg between Middlesbrough and Southampton. That's live on talkSPORT 2 at 12:30. Now, I'm sure you've heard about this. If you haven't, this is mind-blowing. The big story coming into this one is that the EFL have launched an investigation into an alleged case of spying by Southampton on Middlesbrough. One of Southampton's performance analysis was allegedly caught recording Borough training and taking pictures of tactics late on Thursday morning. Now, EFL rules state, and I quote, "No club shall directly or indirectly observe another club's training session in the period of 72 hours prior to any match." I mean, this is insane. What do you make of this?
It's so bonkers, this, right? Now, we will assume here and now that nobody from Southampton has told this analyst to go and do this. I think if that's the case, if this fella turns around and says, "Well, actually,"
why do you say that?
Well, the reason why I say that, if that happens, then I think Southampton are in big trouble.
Well, you think he's made? It's a long journey. You think? I mean, it took Billy 2 days to get there.
So many of these people in football, so many of these analysts, they get so busy and thinking that they go, "Oh, what can I do?"
You think he's done it off his own back?
Well, if someone's told him to go and do it and I'm not suggesting anybody has, but if somebody has said to this fella, nip up there, go and hide behind that tree and come back and run us back everything you've got on them. If someone's told him to do that, knowing that it's breaking the rules and it's totally against the rules and morally totally stupid, then they deserve to have the book thrown at them. I don't think they have a leg to stand on if that's the case. If this is just someone taking it on his own steam, thinking I'm going to...
Why is it different? If he represents Southampton...
Yeah.
Then I think.
Well, if the hierarchy don't know,
I think it's irrelevant. If you work for a company,
you can't kick the team. What are you saying? You should kick the team out.
You represent the club.
Yeah, but
what are you doing? Okay, let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this: if he comes back with the information,
yes,
the club will either go, "We don't want to look at this," or they'll go, "What you got?"
Did he come back with the info? Do we know?
I don't know. That's all up in the air. But all I'm saying is.
I think
he's gone on a spy mission.
I think it'd be incredibly difficult if he's done it off his own back, this individual, and thought he was being smart.
I'll be stunned if he's done it under the sort of the cloak of darkness and gone up there. It's a long journey.
It's a long journey.
Where are you going tomorrow, Pete? Nowhere. Are you taking the day off? Yeah, I've got stuff to do.
No, but all these analysts, they're not always standing on the side of the training ground watching the first team every minute of every day. They don't do that. They're off in the offices and they're studying this.
Hold on. When he came back, he went into a hotel, right? That was owned by the club owner. Is that right?
Owned by Steve Gibson.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
Rockcliffe Park.
Are you telling me that he just booked that room?
No, and I'm not. Listen, what I'm suggesting is if this is a member of staff that thinks he's being very smart to try and do such a stunt like this, then sack him, get him gone, get him down the road. The club are going to get a fine, and I think you move on. If it's a little bit more sinister than that, where this boy turns around and says, "Hold on, they've all told me to go, and they knew full well I was going." Well, then I think Southampton are in a lot of bother over that.
Okay, so put it into perspective. 7 years ago, Leeds United were fined £200,000 by the EFL for watching opponents train before the matches. Well, if they're found guilty, do you think it should be a fine or kicked out of the playoffs?
Well, again,
you can't kick them out of the. I think that is obscene to kick them out of the playoffs.
Again, I would think that would be incredibly difficult to do. But the fine, well, again, and I don't know if it was 200 grand 7 years ago, and the fines you'd have thought is going to be
double that,
or more. I think much more than that. I think if you're breaking rules to that extent, what I don't understand as well, they've played them twice. You can buy all the tools that all these clubs have got now, Y-Scout and all these different tools. For anyone that doesn't know, you can log in to a program that will show you the left back that you're up against this weekend. It will show you everything he did last week against whoever, and it will show every cross he makes, every time he gets beaten, every time he heads it, every time he kicks it with his right foot, his left. It's unbelievable.
What do you think should happen?
Well, I think personally, it's just going to have to be a massive fine, because I think it'd be incredibly tough. And I don't believe for 1 minute that all the all the hierarchy, and by hierarchy I mean the coach and his immediate assistant. I don't believe they would have said to this fella, go and do that, because I think that's the most. They've been so good lately, Southampton, and that would be the most ridiculous thing to do. It's so embarrassing to even consider it. I think this is a member of staff that thinks he's doing something smart, being busy, and is an idiot, and he should be booted out.
We'll take calls on that, but before we do, that was all thanks to our friends at McDonald's.
Benty's EFL Corner on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
I assume the phone lines will go nuts for this one. We'll take your calls. Should Southampton be kicked out of the playoffs if they're found guilty for spying? And if the answer is no, what should their fine be?
What do you think?
What?
What do you think?
Kicking them out is insane.
It is.
Because you're punishing the fans, and that's just
correct.
Wrong. You've got to find. If the club are guilty, you've got to fine them. They've got a punishment.
But why would you even do it, Ant? Why'd you even do it?
To gain the advantage.
Are you really gaining advantage?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's nuts.
What's he going to come back with as well? Oh, I'll tell you what, they whipped a few balls into the near post and flicked it on for someone at the back post.
That's unbelievable. Dave, well done on your homework. Well done. 03717222344. If found guilty, remember, if found guilty, what should the punishment be? 03717222344.
Real Madrid striker Kylian Mbappe, who has faced criticism from his own fans after taking a trip to Italy on a mega yacht with his partner. He's recovering from a hamstring injury he suffered on April the 24th and was given some days off last week. He arrived back in Madrid on Sunday, shortly before kick-off, when Madrid played away against Espanyol. Many fans thought Mbappe should not have taken a break and should have stuck with the team, going through a difficult time at this particular time. Alvaro Arbeloa said, well, in their free time, each player does what they see fit, and I don't get involved with that. Mbappe's representative said part of the criticism was based on an over-interpretation of elements related to a recovery period, strictly supervised by the club, without reflecting the reality of Kylian's commitment and the work that he puts in every day for the team. So that was Mbappe and Real Madrid. But then there's Liverpool. What was going on with them? Danny's old club. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk had to defend some of his teammates who were criticised for being abroad last week on a day off as they headed into the Manchester United game, a game they ultimately lost by 3-2. It was put to Van Dijk that some of his teammates had gone on holiday last week. He says, I'm not sure it was a holiday, it was a city trip. But I think if you're one day off and you don't have many days off, then you decide what you want to do with your family. We're not kids. Everyone's an adult. I wish we had a couple more days off at times because I think it works both ways.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you
get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
I agree with everything you just said. It's Joe on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, the superstar is Andy Townsend. We're here thanks to our wonderful friends in partnership with Giacomo, styling brands for every man. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to Wardley against Dubois live on DAZN and talkSPORT this weekend. Just quickly, Real Madrid midfielders Valverde and Tchouaméni have both been fined €500,000 each for their training ground bust-up this week.
They've been fined €500,000 each.
Yeah.
For that, they've had obviously they've had a spectacular
$500,000. Who's your money on, Valverde or Tchouaméni?
I mean, I don't know really.
Which one got flattened, Joe? Which one got flattened?
Valverde, I think.
Was it Valverde?
Yeah, I think so.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Correct.
Staying with Real Madrid, they've held talks with his agent, about the possibility of returning to the club. They need someone. The club's on its knees.
Well, if that's happening,
they need someone like that.
And if 36 million or 38 million people are moaning about arguably one of the very best strikers on the planet, then they need someone in there to fire something inside them, don't they? And get them all going.
I agree. Right, we are taking your calls on Southampton. Should they be kicked out of the playoffs?
Kick them out.
They're found guilty of spying. We both say that's nuts, but they should be fined. You can't break the rules.
Of course you can't.
Ian is a Borough fan. Ian?
Good evening, boys.
Hello, Ian.
You all right?
Yeah, good. Not too bad, mate.
Good, man. Off you go.
The thing with this spy, who has actually paid for his room in that hotel? Because it ain't cheap.
That's a good shout.
I mean, I'm guessing he could afford it, but either way, the hotel's owned by the fellow that runs the club, right?
Exactly. Ask Andy, he should know.
Yes, it's true.
That
Steve.
hotel is absolute fortunes to get in there.
How much do you think a room is per night?
For one night during the week, about £380 plus VAT.
You seem to know a lot about that. Why is that?
Don't let him wind you up, Ian.
Yeah.
I had to save up for a month to stay there.
Bless you for that. It's an interesting one with regards to when they investigate it, they're going to find out answers to those questions. Yes. Who's paid for the room? Who's paid for your travel? Who knows about it? That's the problem.
If all of that starts coming back to someone of significance at the club,
there'll be a trail.
Then all of a sudden there's going to be big problems, I think.
Joe's a Saints fan. Hi, Joe.
Good afternoon, lads. How are you?
Hiya, Joe.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what you say about this. What's your view on it, Joe?
First and foremost, I think it's so stupid from the club to go and do what they've gone and done. Right, I think we're 21 unbeaten in the league. We put, albeit their B team, Man City, to 90 minutes to beat us, right? And then we go and do this. I can't believe we've done it, because if anything, it's got to spur Borough on. Do you not agree? That they're going to see this, they're going to get their players are going to be so even more spurred on because of what's happened.
Did you say spurred on or spied on? Did you say spied on or spurred on?
Yeah, spied on. Sorry, yeah.
What should happen? What should happen if you're found guilty?
I mean,
is it a game behind closed doors?
I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit biased. I think kicking us out of the playoffs is a bit ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
Can't see.
But I think what happened is, with Bielsa and Leeds and the Spygate happened in 2019. It wasn't against the rules technically. It was frowned upon when they done that. But now it is. So I can see a heavy fine. And I don't know, is there something even more? It's just baffling as a Saints fan. We're all a bit scratching our heads.
Yeah, I just said, Toby, I don't know whether or not it might mean you have to play a game behind closed doors or something. I don't know. You know, because that always hurts. But you're hurting the wrong people there. You're hurting the honest fans who want to go and watch their team. So it's a very tricky one to actually deal with. But I do think someone has a case to answer for you. And if this guy... I'm hoping this is just, as I said to you, an individual that thinks he's being really smart by obtaining some of this stuff. If he's been put up to it by some of the senior people at the club, then I'll tell you what, they'd all have to go.
What's interesting is when they get to him, right?
Yeah.
He's got to find out if the club are going to throw him under the bus. And if they do, he's going to throw everyone under the bus.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting. If it was you, right? Let me ask you this. If it was you, and TalkSport went, go and have a little spy, and you got caught by like Magic FM.
Would I grass everyone up?
Yeah.
They're all coming with me.
They're all going with you.
If I'm going down, I'm taking a lot.
Taking everyone with you?
No, I'm only joking.
No, but if someone says, look, you're going to lose your job over this, you'll be, hold on a minute, hold on. Oh, I'm not losing my job if you tell me to do it. I'll take everyone with you.
What about the phone? There must be a phone. There must be some text. I mean, we're talking Morgan McSweeney stuff here.
Who's that?
You know he is.
Morgan McSweeney?
Yes.
Who's that?
He's part of... Where you been for the last couple of months?
Oh, Morgan McSweeney.
Correct.
Yeah, everyone knows Morgan McSweeney. Who's Morgan McSweeney?
Look at Joe shaking his head.
Yeah, we don't. Who's Morgan McSweeney?
Well, he was the chief of staff for the Prime Minister with all the Mandelson stuff.
We don't do politics on this show. What are you talking about?
How have you avoided it when you're at home over the last couple of months?
I'm never at home. I'm playing golf.
Do you never pick a paper up anymore?
No, I don't go politics.
Do you ever?
No good come from politics. Look at all the madness going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Stay out of it.
You must read something on your phone other than...
No, the only Sweeney I know is from the 70s. Safer that way. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to Wardley against Dubois live on The Zone and TalkSport this weekend. And we've got Andy's political roundup as well, still to come in the next 30 minutes. But first, it's time for no Googling. We want to know, who was Prime Minister back in the... What? Which team has secured promotion to the top tier of English football through the playoffs more times than any other club? I'll give you a clue, they've done it 4 times.
So give me the question again, I wasn't listening.
Why weren't you listening? You're thinking of Mandelson, weren't you?
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, go on.
We want to know which team has secured promotion to the top tier of English football, i.e. the Premier League, through the playoffs more times than anyone else.
Good question.
All right?
Okay.
I'll give you a clue. The first time they did it was 1989. The answer to that and more, and Andy's political roundup, coming up after this on Drive.
I'm going to go Friday after work pint, number 5, mate.
Number 5.
There he is. So do you want it? You ready?
Yeah, go on.
In number 5.
Number 5.
Friday after work pint. You've worked hard all week. You know, you want to go there, just have that first pint. You've earned it.
Number 4.
Beer garden pint. This can happen any time of day.
Good pint.
Any time, any day of the week. Yeah. Saturday afternoon, meet the lads. Sunday afternoon.
Good pint.
Right, sun's got to be
Number 3.
Football pint. The football pint's in. You meet your lads, meeting up Saturday afternoon or Sunday, whatever it is. First pint, in you go. Hey, we're going to get a beer again.
Yeah.
Number 2.
The holiday pint. Mr. O'Hara wants that one. Yeah. When you get there, you've done the journey. You've gone through everything you need to do. Passport, security checks, the journey. You get out, you smell, you feel a bit grubby. Don't care. You get on the, wherever you get to then you get to your destination. Bags get dropped. Sit there. You've earned this point.
Yeah, it's a good pint.
Good point.
That's my favourite.
There you go.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Airport. It's the only one, mate. Airport pint. It's the only one.
lads.
You're there. It doesn't matter what time. Not with lads. No. Doesn't matter who you're with. If you're with me, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3, whatever it is, that's the
Do
point.
you know what's disappointing in this whole, ranking that we've done?
Have I missed something?
Yeah, well, your missus. There's not one pint that involves your missus. Not one.
I'm at the
Where's
airport.
Hannah in this?
I'm at the airport with her.
No, you're not. You're not at the airport with. You're with Razor Ruddock.
No, hold on.
You're not.
Hold on. Let me
Hannah's involved in none of these pints.
No, hold on. I'm at the airport with her, definitely. I'm definitely with a holiday pint. I'm definitely with her at football. I'm definitely not. At football.
If John McGinn lifts the Europa League trophy, he'll go down as an Aston Villa immortal. That's according to their former striker and lifelong Villa fan, Stan Collymore.
John McGinn has stepped forward in the very biggest games, Championship playoff finals, big games where they've needed to win, absolute worldie against PSG, nearly got us back in that tie overall. But 2 absolute supreme goals.
Villa faced Freiburg in Istanbul for the Europa League final on May the 20th, live on talkSPORT. A week later, Crystal Palace will face Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final just 3 days after taking on Arsenal. Could this have consequences for the title race? Ollie Glasner's given his 2 pence worth.
A league title it feels like it's decided on the last day what could happen, but at the end it's the result of 38 match days. And at the end, everybody gets what he deserves.
Mikel Arteta has confirmed neither Jurrien Timber nor Mikel Merino will be fit to feature against West Ham on Sunday, but Jordan Henderson will be fit to face Man City tomorrow for Brentford. Ahead of tonight's Championship playoff semi-final, talkSPORT's Tony Cascarino doesn't care if no one likes Millwall. The fans are loving it.
They remind me of the team I played in that we got promoted. You know, the similar characteristics that you spoke about. Dogged, all want to prove a point, never give up, got some flair in there as well, leaders all over the pitch.
Mill will go to Hull live on talkSPORT tonight from 7 p.m. And Thomas Tuchel will name his 26-man World Cup squad on the 22nd of May. That's 2 days before the final game of the Premier League season. Remember, talkSPORT's bringing you live coverage of every World Cup game this summer.
When they say don't make a fuss, get on the bus. How much is a bus now? How much you pay for a bus? 15p in my day. Eh? Get on that.
I've no idea.
Anyone know? Anyone take the bus? £1.75 to get on the bus. That a lot of money? That sounds quite cheap to me. Is that good value? On the underground's crazy money, isn't it?
Well, again, you just tap, don't you? And you don't really know how much it's costing you.
You know Bentley, right? This is amazing. Bentley for... Did he say this on air? It doesn't matter. I'm going to say it now. Bentley for years, when he would get on the underground, would tap, right?
Yes.
I've got to get this right. Would tap one way on a journey.
I was going to say, didn't do it the other end.
No, and he thought 60p is quite cheap, whatever. And I was like, you got to tap out. He's like,
Yes.
but I paid for it when I tapped in. No, you got to tap out
Yes.
for years. So it was like paying like 15 quid a day or 20.
I was going to say they charge you full whack.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't tap out.
He just thought you'd tap in. That's amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant.
What's the bank account?
Benty, I don't believe you do that, son.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not sure I believe that.
Yeah, trust me. Right, before the break, I said which team secured promotion to the top tier of English football through the playoffs more times than any other club.
I would suggest that could well be.
Go on, say it.
Ipswich Town.
It couldn't be them.
God, of course it can't.
No.
Who is it?
Do you want clues?
Yes.
Okay, they beat Blackburn in 89, 97 Sheffield United,
Norwich,
04 West Ham, and 2013 Watford. Londonish club.
Londonish.
Their surname's Palace.
All right. Okay, Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. Well done. You got it.
Thank you.
Good work. So would you say they're London? They're sort of Londonish, right?
Well, South London club.
Oh, yeah, okay. What's that I'm thinking? Oh, a Watford London?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
I've just had a no in my ear.
Really? Well, they are, but it's North Londonish, isn't it?
Hertfordshire, yeah. Yeah, Palace definitely are. But
Palace are.
Watford are on the cusp, right? No, he's saying no. I'm not going to argue with Big Al.
They're not. I wouldn't say Watford are classed as a
London
bona fide
club.
London club.
No.
But they're, ish.
No, okay. Following us at 7, Adrian Dome hosts live commentary of Hull against Millwall in the Championship playoff semi-finals. We'll have team news for that one as soon as it drops. Let's touch on Real Madrid. Football's going a bit bonkers at the moment, so they're a club in crisis right now. Their midfielder, Valverde, went to hospital.
Who's a really good player, by the way. It's one of their better players.
Yeah. Well, he went to hospital after a row in the dressing room with his teammate, two a many this week.
Yeah, two a penny.
Well, he's punching, obviously, from two a penny. He says he cut his head after, and I quote, accidentally hitting a table during an argument, but denied that he physically came to blows. All this comes at a time when Real Madrid fans have created a petition to sell Mbappe after he went on holiday while recovering from injury. It's got 38 million signatures.
It's just like astonishing. Now, Arbeloa's in charge, isn't he?
Oh, hold on. 50 million, I've just been told now.
50 million signatures to get rid of him, to get rid of Kylian Mbappe. He scored 41, I think, or 42. I
just can't comprehend
this season.
So imagine the people that go, yeah, get him out, but I can't be bothered to sign. There's 50 million that have bothered to sign.
Wow. Do you know
double
what?
that?
Listen, if you've got a dressing room like that becomes so fractured and a bit toxic like that, then you need desperately, which is why now it all starts to make a bit of sense with Jose being touted as possibly returning for another spell, because he won't suffer any of that, and he'll get right in amongst all of that, and one or two of them will be out of the door pretty sharpish, I would think.
You've been in many a dressing room.
Yeah.
Have you had a player, irrelevant of their levels, that was just no good for a dressing room?
Look, when I was at Villa, Sasa Churchich was a very talented boy.
Right.
He came in, Brian Little bought him. I think it was about 4 million quid at the time. A lively character, no doubt, but was a bit of a waste of space, I think, in the end, because, he wouldn't turn up here, or he wouldn't do this and he wouldn't do that. And then just some certain people can become just a bit of a liability. And then in the end, no matter how talented they are, they become, they become a nuisance around a place. And if you've got people like that, then you have to get them out. You've got to get them out the door. Sasha came as we sort of crossed over for a bit, and when I left, he was obviously still there. But from what I heard, as I said, because I didn't spend that much time in the dressing with him, but I heard he was just everything was always a bit of a joke. And
if you were a manager and you had a great player, but he just weren't good for the dressing room, but he was a great player, what would you do? Would you try and move him off?
That's your difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the difficult one when you've got someone who is. Football's always had a habit of saying when someone's a pest or someone's a nuisance or someone's a pain in the backside, but they can play. Football's always had a habit of suffering those individuals as long as they continue to play well. The second they don't play well, the minute that their standards drop off, get them out. They got to go. So I think who was the boy at West Ham? Arnautovic. And Jose had him and Balotelli at Inter. And I think Jose laughed in some interviews once about, can't have the two of them. You can't have two of them in your dressing room. You can have one because one can be a real character.
Sometimes it worked, like Cole and Sheringham.
Yeah.
They didn't
but
speak to
both
each
top
other.
players.
That's what I'm saying. So they
players.
made it work. They were professional and they made it work.
Yeah, both. If you're talking about squabbling teammates,
yeah.
If you're talking about teammates that don't get on, there's that. I think there would be and I think there'll be more of that now than there was in my era.
Yeah.
Because I think in my era, we went out, we had a beer together after games. During the week, we would be encouraged sometimes to get together and go and relax and have a bit of fun, whatever. There weren't the phones around in those days, so you could go to a pub and sit there happily and have a few beers, and it's not going to be everyone reading about it in the following morning. And if you did have any differences and grievances with teammates, you could lose them.
Yeah,
you could get rid of them there and then. I think nowadays the players, they're slightly more introverted, and after matches they don't do that stuff for obvious reasons. So I could see things perhaps festering a little bit more nowadays than perhaps when they used to. What's going on at a club like Real Madrid there is nothing short of quite staggering, really. If they're having, if those rows have spilled over to that sort of extent where they're knocking hell out of each other in the dressing room or after training or whatever,
not good.
That is not good.
Talking of knocking the hell out of each other, good segue. Right, tomorrow night, two British knockout kings are set to collide as Wardley takes on Dubois. We can look ahead to that one now. The big fight with our friends at DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Watch Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois. Don't blink. This Saturday, only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Right, heavyweight season continues this Saturday night right here on talkSPORT as Fabio Wardley defends his WBO World Heavyweight title against Daniel Dubois in Manchester. Our expert team will keep you right up to date through a busy fight week, although we're coming to the end of it now. Don't forget, of course, you can watch the watch-along with us ringside on the night of the fight. That's Wardley against Dubois this Saturday live on talkSPORT and the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel from 8 p.m. Or, of course, you can watch it on DAZN. We'll definitely be watching it. Not to although you're more than welcome to come around my house tomorrow night.
Thank you.
I'm really excited about this fight. Sometimes there are fights set up and you watch them and you think either there's only one way this fight will go or I don't really care about it. For argument's sake, Usyk is fighting a kickboxer in a couple of weeks. I don't care. And unbelievable, that's for his world titles, but I don't care. This one, I think, is so beautifully poised because we've got in Fabio Wardley, we've got a boxer that's never been knocked out. Right?
No.
We've got someone in Daniel Dubois. If he wins, he becomes two-time heavyweight champion of the world, which a lot of people have forgotten about. I think this is going to be explosive. Its builders don't blink, and I think that's absolutely perfect because from round one, I think both of them are going to go at each other. Yeah,
and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know how Wardley goes about this. I think it's seemingly, with all of the expert opinion that we have on talkSPORT, there seem to be more leaning that way towards him. Is that right?
Yes,
because they feel that if the fight starts to go longer and starts to go the distance, that he will eventually come out on top. All the sort of pre-fight talk, has been about Daniel Dubois doing what he does. If he lands a proper one on him, then they're all saying that Fabio Wardley will have never experienced anything quite like that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a real fascination about the fight, which way it's going to go. And again, I spoke to you earlier, Andy, about tactics for Dubois. If you possess, they both are big hitters. 19 KOs out of 20, Fabio Wardley, and 21 KOs out of 22 victories for Dubois. So they both hit, they can both bang. There is no doubt about that. But I'm just intrigued to know if for Daniel Dubois, does he literally come out and go hell for leather, putting it on the other guy, backing him up all the time, trying to get that huge punch away, or Does he think I've got to save a little bit in case we go the distance because the other guy gets stronger there?
Yeah. Go on, pick a winner for me.
I'm gonna go for Wardley.
Yeah, me too.
I think so. And I don't know why, really. Do you?
I just think he's the better fighter. I think he's so tough.
Yeah. I mean, again,
I saw the way Dubois ended against Usyk. And
what happens for Daniel Dubois if he loses this one? Then
I think he'll carry on. He's young enough.
He's young enough. Yeah.
So I think he's late 20s. So
it's just that he's obviously had the defeats to Usyk.
Yeah.
And this guy then is going to really start to march on. And then we've got Moses Itoma as well. He's round the corner for any
Very exciting, very exciting.
Yeah.
As is this fight. That was a look ahead to Wardley against Dubois with DAZN. Don't forget, of course, you can watch it live tomorrow only on DAZN. By now at DAZN.com.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Watch Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois. Don't blink. This Saturday, only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Now, following us in about 30 minutes' time, Adrian Durham brings you the first of 15 live and exclusive playoff games across the talkSPORT network as Millwall head to Hull in the Championship. When we come back, we'll have team news ahead of that one. Jason Cunningham was alongside Jeremy Horror on the Sports Bar after the game. He said he can see Arsenal shutting PSG down in the final.
Teta will not allow a basketball match. He won't. He won't.
Is it going to be a tactical defence then?
No, it won't be tactical defence, but I think that Arsenal, they're measured. Arsenal control games. They don't. Now, Arsenal are brilliant at doing that. They can be at times dull to watch because of that, but in a one-off game, who cares? I think Luis Enrique would probably want it being more open affair. I don't think Arteta will allow it.
Not the game we were expecting last night. You pointed out there, I said over 4.5 goals. I did think they're a bit well done to PSG and Luis Enrique for shutting out the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that proved there's another side to them, right?
Yeah, they can dig in when they need to. I mean, it helps they've got wonderful footballers. And I guess when you get a goal so early after 3 minutes with that attacking front line, it doesn't make the job easier. But when you've got the pace of Kvaratskhelia and Dembele, Doué can run, you've got Vitinha in the middle of the park, it does help the fact that you could just sit in there and defend because of counter-attack, no one's catching you. You're being behind them. So, yeah, it's gonna be fascinating now to see what happens in the final. PSG was probably the team I didn't want. I'd prefer Bayern. But now it's PSG. You've got to go out there and put a performance in. It's going to be difficult. And I've said it before. I think Arsenal, to win this fixture, potentially may have to be perfect in terms of they might have to put in the best performance they've ever put in under Mikel Arteta in any competition.
Is that the only way you can see Arsenal winning, by playing the best they've ever played?
I think they're going to have to be defensively. They're going to have to be rock solid. No,
they are pretty much like that anyway.
Yeah, but there's still times you give it. Like if you give that sawed-off opportunity to Dembele, he ain't missing that.
No, you're right.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
It's right on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Andy Townsend alongside. We're here in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Right, here we go. Follow us at 7. Adrian Durham hosts live commentary. Big game, the Championship playoffs, semi-final, first leg. It's Hull. They take on Millwall. Team news. Oh, I was getting excited for that. You see how I was building up? Team news, is it? It's not in yet. Why is the team news not? It's coming in. It's not out yet. It's not been released yet. So that means we can talk to one more Billy's in the studio, everyone. Yeah, he's very much like one.
Evening, Andy's.
How are you?
Good evening, Billy.
There will be a moment where I go, shut up, Billy, and we get team news.
That's fine.
All right?
Absolutely fine, yeah. No problem.
I've heard you've had a busy day. Tell everyone what you've been doing. No one cares, mate. Irrelevant.
Any horrible, Billy.
No, I'm just saying. People say, why are you wasting your time asking?
6:50 every day.
You watched Friends today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I saw you outside doing nothing.
Yeah, the one in Barbados when Joey and Rachel get together, actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Big one.
He does nothing, do you know? I went out before. Do you know what he was doing? Leaning on the lockers.
Just having a little lean.
Just having a little breather, something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What job?
entitled to that.
What job he's got? Gets paid, what is it, $9,000 a year you're on? Unbelievable.
Nearly.
What have we got today for the end show quiz, Bill?
You have both appeared on celebrity quiz shows.
Yes.
Andy Townsend was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
Back in 09.
Ironic because he's one. Yeah.
And Andy Goldstein, you were on Mastermind.
Yes, because I haven't got one.
2023.
It wasn't that long ago, was it? Jeez.
24th of November 2023. So you've got each other's questions from those
nice.
Game shows.
That's good.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I can't even remember my own bill, never mind.
I thought you say name.
Andy's.
Who would like to go first?
Well, Andy can go first. Can I ask, if he was on Millionaire, do I get multiple choice?
Well, the millionaire questions I think are harder. So those have multiple choice.
Okay. How much did you win on that, by the way?
50 grand.
Okay.
Charity, yeah.
That's what you're getting for the show, isn't it?
So Andy Townsend's going first, is that
that'd be
right?
nice, yes.
Okay.
So this is what
mine were very easy.
Andy Goldstein got asked. What 1984 UK hit single by Black Lace features the repeated lyrics, Push Pineapple, Shake the Tree?
I got that.
I should get this, but I'd have to sing it.
No, you can't.
Agadoo.
Correct.
Yeah, bless you.
1 point.
Yeah.
Should we start with the £500 question?
God, yeah.
Which of these kitchen appliances is most likely to have a plunger?
A plunger?
Yep. Toaster, pressure cooker, cafetiere, microwave.
I remember this now.
Right, it's not a microwave. What are the others?
Toaster, pressure cooker.
Not a toaster. Pressure cooker?
Or cafetiere.
It's got to be cafetiere. It's got to be that.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Pounds. Well
Thanks.
done.
Lock it in.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine answer. Yeah.
Good.
Well done. Andy Townsend.
Yes.
Wilhelm is the German form of what English first name?
I got this wrong.
Wilhelm.
It's got to be, well. Is it William?
I think I said that.
Are you looking in William?
Did I get that wrong?
Yes.
William is correct.
Oh.
Andy,
Yeah.
you said Philip.
Did I?
Yeah.
Philip? Did I actually say Philip?
I was watching it back. You said Philip. Yeah.
Andy.
I misheard him. He went like this.
Yeah.
William. Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's terrible, isn't it?
Andy Goldstein for £1,000.
God dear.
Which Tom is part of the Hollywood couple collectively known as Tomcat?
Did you get this right?
is back in the day, yeah. Yeah.
You asked the audience on this one.
Did we?
Your options are Tom Selleck.
I thought I would have got that.
It sounds like you're stupid as I am.
Tom Selleck, Tom Cruise, Tommy Lee Jones, Tom Hanks.
Well, so who's married to someone?
Yeah, it's probably which Tom. I think they're split up now. So which Tom was part of Tom?
Correct.
Is it? Can I ask the audience?
I'm the audience.
Yeah. So
what do you think, Anne?
Well, I think it was. I've got a feeling it's Tom Cruise.
I'll go with that.
Katie Holmes. Tomcat.
And where's the cat?
Cat.
Katie. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
Tom Cruise, correct.
Thank you. Thanks, audience.
And we wasted a.
Yeah. He did.
I think time.
Andy Townsend in snooker. The green ball was worth how many points when potted?
I got this one right.
You did get this.
Very excited about this question.
It's worth 3.
Correct.
Yeah. Unless it's a free ball, then it's 1. But yeah, go on, I'll give you that. Music's run out. Put some more money in the meter.
Should we go for the £10,000?
Yeah, let's go big, man.
The Beatles launched their international career in which European city?
Germany. Oh, Berlin. No, the other one.
John, options before you.
Yeah, damn right I do.
Paris, Amsterdam, Madrid, Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Correct, Mundo.
Thanks.
Well done.
You'd have got that anyway.
10 grand, yeah, I would have got that, yeah. Who's it, Chris Tarrant or...
It was Chris. Chris Tarrant, yeah.
Don't want to give you that. Yeah, we've got time for Andy's, yeah.
Andy Townsend. In 1581...
Good luck with this.
Which English explorer was knighted by Queen Elizabeth I on the deck of his ship, the Golden Hind?
Oh, I got that right.
Is that Francis Drake?
I think I said Christopher Columbus, didn't I?
You did say Columbus.
Yeah.
Francis Drake is correct.
Thank you.
Where were you when I needed you?
Well done.
I think that's it. We got time for one more, Joe. Joe says, yeah, we got time for one more.
Do
Go
we?
on. Yeah.
What do you want to do? A millionaire question?
Yeah,
or
the million one.
Okay, we'll go for the one that Andy Townsend went out on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that made me
Tough.
feel smug.
The Farnese Palace
Been there.
is a landmark in which European capital?
Been there. Go on.
Paris, Madrid, Vienna, Rome.
Vienna. Been there. It's lovely.
You're saying Vienna?
Yeah.
I think we said Vienna on the day
Andy
and got it wrong.
Townsend said Vienna.
Rome, innit? Everyone knows it's Rome.
Yeah.
You get that wrong, you're an idiot. Is it Rome?
It's in Rome, yeah.
Farnese
Been there.
Palace.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The upstairs is lovely.
Be nice when it's finished.
What?
Be nice when it's
Yeah, the decorators in when I was there. Yeah. We haven't got team news. That means he's coming. That's your reason to keep listening to TalkSport. It's not been announced yet, but it will be announced officially in about 2 minutes. So stay where you are. Billy, get out. I don't want to see you again.
Fine, yeah, right.
I'll see
Thanks,
you on Monday,
Billy.
actually, Billy. Andy Townsend, nothing short of marvellous. I love
Thank you, my old
as
son.
always.
Thank you, mate.
When are you back on TalkSport?
I shall now be in Istanbul.
Oh, wow.
With Jim and Aidan, all the guys, looking forward to the Europa League.
Okay, well, enjoy that. Have a great weekend. I'm back with Benty, 4 o'clock on Monday for drive time. Have a great weekend. Stay with TalkSport. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
I put on the back of my bike and we went riding.